welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the day number 2 here of the GSL CK number 5, day 2. We're here. We are back with the second week of GSL. I'm of course just your host IVIP with you. I'm joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well here over on the Soup platform, and of course VODs will be available on YouTube thereafter. But welcome one and all to the second half of the tournament here. For those that were here last week, you would know what occurred, but it was one of the first big events, and not the first big events, on the latest iteration of the patch, and we have been featuring a race war. Let's GSL CK number 5 race wars. Let's go, Bible, let's go. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up on the event itself. When it comes to the event so far, when it comes to said tournaments, we already had day 1 last week, and it is an all-kill format team league event. Let me quickly just have a look at the, there we go, I have the results so far. The standings. So day 1, it was a round robin, free-for-all King of the Hill style tournament. It all began with ByuN versus ByuN. When it comes to the teams, we have Team Zerg versus Team Protoss and Team Terran. For Terran, we have ByuN, we have Cure, Maru, and INnoVation. For Protoss, it is ByuN alongside Classic, Hero, and Trap. For Zerg, it is Rogue, and more Rogue. It's ByuN took down ByuN initially, and then Rogue, he went on a massive tear, winning 13 games in a row, 13-0. Rogue, he all killed the Korean scene. He all killed both Team Terran and Team Protoss. It was crazy. It was crazy. And funnily enough, we actually had a winners interview afterwards. If you do check the comment section of the previous YouTube video, we did give a rough translation. Shin, as team captain, he was interviewed. And Shin revealed that Rogue actually had no practice on the patch. He played like 2 ladder games, and he watched Shin's YouTube channel, which is why they were memeing about Shin's YouTube. So again, he'd only seen Shin's YouTube channel, and as a result, Rogue, he was able to go 13-0 with just his fundamentals. At least Shin's words, it was just his fundamentals, and he popped off. It was crazy, papi, it was crazy. Yeah, and that leads us into day number 2. Now we have a playoff bracket, and now it is going to be a team kill here. It is a team kill. It is going to be a team match between Team Terran and Team Protoss. Let's go. Bearing in mind that Zerg, because of Rogue's performance last week, Zerg is going to be lying in wait in the winners match in the finals of this tournament. We're here to find out who's going to face off against Team Zerg. Will it be Team Terran or Team Protoss? Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Attorney's Edge, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss player himself. We have the South Korean Protoss. It is a Classic. For Virtus Pro, repping Team Protoss, and spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the legendary player himself. We have the red Terran. We have the red Terran player. For Team Terran, it is INnoVation. Let's go, Bible, let's go. We are going to be jumping in now very quickly. I do have to adjust this. So INnoVation unfortunately has no webcam, so that is why we can see double Classic. So I'll fix that up. There we go. We are jumping into our TVP. It is going to be a best of 2 between Classic and INnoVation. Now, when it comes to the format itself, it is King of the Hill. It is King of the Hill all-kill style format. I think all-kill just makes more sense in this kind of situation. Basically, the winner stays on. Winner stays on, loser is knocked out. So it is going to be Classic versus INnoVation, and the winner will be able to stay on. The losing team will have to field another player. ByuN, Cure, or Maru. Another player. If Terran were to lose, or if Classic were to lose, they'd have to field Hero, Trap, or ByuN. So that is the format that we have here. Now, it is a little bit more complex than that. We do have the format locked down at this point after day number 1. But because INnoVation is a quote-unquote legend player, each team has a legendary player who's retired. So we have INnoVation, we have Trap, and we have Armani. Terran, Protoss, Zerg. Because he's a legendary player, he has that status, if you will. INnoVation only needs to win 1 game. It's best of 2. Classic versus INnoVation, it's going to be a best of 2 between them, and if Classic wins 2-0, then he stays on. If we tie 1-1, or if INnoVation, of course, wins 2-0, then INnoVation stays on instead. So INnoVation has that advantage over Classic because INnoVation's a retired player, and Classic is one of the best players in the world. But here we go. We're going to be settling in. Welcome to Attorney's Edge. We're settling into our initial best of 2. True. We have our initial best of 2. I'm trying to figure out how to display this exactly. Try to. I'm referring to out of. Yeah, I think we'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, okay. So our first matchup. From here, Raktis Man, economic opener here out of INnoVation, just going for a standard start, going for a safety bunker as well to keep his CC safe while we build up into our further tech. Meanwhile, Classic going for his own Twilight Council opener. Now, when it comes to the meta of TVP, there have been some changes, some shifts, some adjustments. Due to the warp gate changes, we have seen a couple of adjustments when it comes to Protoss openers. What we have been seeing, and I'm curious if we see it here as well, is Protoss players being a little bit greedier. Previously, the standard safe opener was going 3-gate blink into a third base. It'd be greedy to go 2-gateway, but we have seen, because of the recent changes to warp gate, specifically the warp gate production increase off of vanilla gateways when the warp gate upgrade is done, it does mean that you have increased production and you can actually get away with 2-gate openers in a safer manner. So 2-gate blink into a third, but without turning your gateways into warp gates, has been more efficient, and has been safer, and has been greedier even as well. So we'll see if we do see that come into play, or again if we mix things up a little bit further. If we're casting someone like someone like Hero, for example, then we're expecting some more dynamic play. But here Classic is playing standard, and due to that I see 1 gateway at the natural, I see 1 gateway in the main, so it is going to be 2-gate blink into the third expansion. Safety robo for sure, but no warp gates. The downside of this opener is that without warp gates, it can be a little bit difficult to react in time to defend against like drop play, like Raven Harass, Widowmine drops, early drop play in general. You have to be in position or have map control and be able to have map vision to scout a drop ahead of time. As you can see here, pylons are being thrown down to help with that. So we have our spotter pylons. Meanwhile, INnoVation, he's going for his own 3-1-1 setup. So 3 axes, 1 factory, 1 starport. Stim is on the way. We're building up our bio so far for that eventual Stim timing and move out. Until then, INnoVation is stuck at home. Like, we're stuck at home, we can't really be active without these upgrades, and INnoVation, he chose to skip Reaper, and he chose to skip Hellion. So if you can see here, INnoVation sees nothing. This is quite greedy here. No SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout, 0 information here for INnoVation, and again, he's not even going for an early medevac, so he's working with very incomplete information here. Meanwhile, Classic is chilling, claiming a third. Claiming his third base, gaining map control, I gotta whip out my Google Translate. No. Classic saying, "Yo, where are you? What's going on? Are you? what are you doing?" Este INnoVation. As again, INnoVation is still just stabilizing back at home and building up. Yeah. So Classic here, he said, "Hey, why aren't you sending anything over?" And then the Z is INnoVation laughing. It's INnoVation laughing. So yeah, Classic, as we were saying, again, INnoVation's being very greedy and just kind of building up. There's no drop play, there's no Hellion, there's no Reaper, there's nothing being active, and Classic poking some fun. Again, both ex-KT players from back in the day. As Classic can now freely claim his third base. Storm is now on the way. We're working towards charge. Gateway explosion as well. Still no warped in warp gates. Classic is looking very comfortable. This is where I'm a little bit concerned because of the recent greed and the changes, of course, to the patch when it comes to this opener. Because of the corners you can cut, Classic is looking. I mean, he's freely building on 3 bases. So there's a lot of pressure on INnoVation on this move out to get damage done. Like, the pressure is on Inno. Raven Harass into the main base at the same time. Stalkers, they blink in. Yeah, they blink into the main, and they shouldn't get much done. The medevac does get low. Medevac gets low. Stalkers, they blink away. And so far, Classic again just trying to keep eyes on the move outs. Raven Harass into the main base does get 2 probes. 2 probes do go down, but only 2 workers here. At least Raven, of course, is still alive, so we can always go back in. Distract. Here comes the main push. Here comes INnoVation. Now, behind this, it's not a 2-base all-in. Third TC. Third TC is going to be on location, so INnoVation is expanding. Even though he's not all-in, the pressure's still on Inno to get damage done, though. Like, he has to trade well. He has to do something to hinder and slow down Classic. INnoVation stimming across the map and reinforcing here with these medevacs. INnoVation is coming. And he's going to be pushing into Storm. Wow, Storm is already done. Yeah, Storm is already complete. Classic is waiting on the high ground. Scan does reveal the army. Inno rotating around. Coming from behind. We'll siege up those tanks. Oof. Does siege up in time. We'll catch a pylon. And nice pre-split. Nice pre-split so far. Storm grazing the army. Okay, so far better engaged from Minnow. Forcing an Archon. Does focus the town as well. Nice trades. Nice trades. At the same time, Raven is activated. But Classic trying to come in from behind. He wants those tanks. Or does he just counterattack? Oh, this is risky. There's nothing here. He leaves nothing at home to defend. He just sends everything across the map. Raven harassed into the mineral line, and INnoVation doesn't know. INnoVation doesn't know that the army is no longer there. So INnoVation is slowly creeping forward, whereas Classic sends all of his zelts across the map. But okay, comes back home with a storm. I thought it was crazy. Thought it would just go for the base trade. Zell say we'll catch reinforcements. At the same time, ooh, storm on the main. Oh my, he stands with the storms. Oh my god. Yeah, crazy damage. Medevac goes down. Heavy loss of INnoVation. He will lose both Medevacs. He will lose high ground vision. And he still has that Medevac further back. But the tanks are low. Yeah, tanks are low. SCVs are going down. These Zelts are wreaking havoc. 15 SCV kills. Critical damage. At the same time, dropping to the mineral line, distracting Classic. But INnoVation is losing too much back at home. And he doesn't have enough here. Oh my god, another storm. Classic panicking a little bit here, going for the double storm. Meanwhile, 5 probes have gone down. The High Templar, they rotate. Main army as well. Shows that storm. Does connect. So far, good enough control 1. High Templar does get picked off. Yeah, losing 1 High Templar. Marines going to be pushing in. INnoVation is gaining some ground here. It's getting a little bit messy, but he should not get into the mineral line. I say that. 13 probes. Oh my god. 13 probes going down. Do we have a storm? Not quite. So we're getting messy. We're getting very, very messy. 17 probe kills. This should not have happened. This is getting out of hand. Just 2 Marauders. And this is the downside of not having warp gates. Oh, I mean, we do have them. We just have to respond. We have to react. Okay, Classic. The macro here is struggling a little bit, as gateways were depowered earlier. True. And there we go. There's the warp in. 23 probe kills. Oof. Critical damage. And now suddenly we're in a position here where INnoVation, he's on 3 bases, he has a comparable worker count plus mules, so a better economy against Classic. 47 probes against 44 SCVs. Again, this should have been a cleaner defense. Classic had the tools to defend, but specifically the drop play. The drop play here into the natural and the main stim into the the drop into the 3rd base and the main stim into the natural did critical damage. And the drop play continues. Yeah, the drop play does continue. Classic turns back around. He was about to push out. He turns back around. Gas Geyser does fall. Marines are low, but they're doing a lot of damage. They're buying time, more importantly. Yeah, they're buying more time. Back at home, INnoVation building up a massive field of Widow Mines. Building up his bio, Marines, Marauders. Jeez. That's a massive army. Now, as INnoVation moves out, we do have a backstab. And we have noticed here, of course, that INnoVation has had some shaky defense, as he rarely leaves units back at him to defend. So this drop has potential. Show us the storms. Yeah, first storm lands. Second storm is all on top of the mines. Oh my god. INnoVation goes through the storms and Widow Mines are going down. And some heavy losses. That's 4 mines falling already. Losing up to 5. 5 Widow Mines go down. Drop into the main base. A little bit messy here, but SCVs are falling. And now there's barely any mines left. Yeah, there's only 2 Widow Mines with the main army. INnoVation, he will defend. We're losing 5 SCVs. But that main push is deflected. You know, he has to back off. He cannot quite push in. Classic is holding. He's recovering economically. Behind this, going for the Bay, going for Colossus production. But Classic, the size of his army is still lacking here. He's still lacking. INnoVation dropping into the main. Past the Moopies. Let's go. As INnoVation steps up, 1-1 is about to complete. Looks like it will finish. Will not get depowered. And won't get depowered at the same time. Classic does harass here across the map. The Vikings want to shut that down though. Yeah, the Viking will help defend. And INnoVation picks. It picks up, pulls away. Second army coming in, and there's nothing to defend here. This 3rd base is gonna go down. Classic completely out of position. Yeah, we'll lose the expansion, and Classic just cannot keep up. And INnoVation, bearing in mind that Classic, he straight up is top 2 Protoss in the world alongside Hero, and INnoVation, he is tearing him apart. Oh, and the old man, he still got it, man. He still got it. If you remember, in last week's winners interview, ByuN did say that INnoVation was going to be practicing for this tournament, and they had a little bit more confidence to send out INnoVation first. True, I didn't get to discuss it actually, but in last week's winners interview, ByuN did say that INnoVation was going to be fielded first if he practiced. Looks like he practiced, and yeah, it's been a very chaotic game so far, but he is tearing Classic apart. We have that supply advantage. Now, there's still storms. Like, storms can still break this army, but again, it's very Marauder heavy. We can tank some storms. INnoVation, he can tank. Jesus, steams through the storm. INnoVation, Marauders are tanky. They're not that tanky. Oh, God. Takes all the storms to the face. INnoVation, calm down. Calm down, bat. There's storms they zone. Mines, they will connect. And even with a bit of a shakier fight, it's still fine. INnoVation is across the map. He's knocking down more bases. We'll take another storm to the face. So INnoVation, he will out-trade. Takes down the Prism. Takes down the High Templar as well. 0 storms left. And this is the final army. The final army for Classic. Back at home, he's losing everything at the natural. Ooh, mine shall say reset. Blinks into the mines. Oh my God. Blinks into the mines. GG gets called. And INnoVation, he takes game number 1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. INnoVation, he will claim a lead in the series. He'll claim a lead, and again, Classic, honestly, he was popping off initially. Like, Classic, he was able to get away with a greedy build, got into Storm, he saw the move out, he was able to shut down the main push, he was able to counterattack as well. Everything was looking good, but that drop defense was lacking for Classic. The drop into the third base, the push into the natural. Classic, he had the army to defend, but he was maybe being a little bit wasteful with his storms, and his army wasn't quite able to split up in time. He was torn apart, his attention was torn apart. Maybe some overconfidence out of Classic. Maybe some overconfidence there. And with that, no, the crying face emojis in the lobby chat. But in the end, it was torn apart, and with that, INnoVation takes game 1, and that does mean that Classic is going to be knocked out here. Yeah, remember we said it earlier that Classic has to 2-0. INnoVation takes the game. So INnoVation already doing it for his team, doing it for Team Terran. And yep, there it is. And Classic, he is out. Okay. GG. GG, well played. And with that, INnoVation, remember, he only had to win 1 game. Just 1 game. And with that, INnoVation, he will take down Classic 1-0 in that initial series. Remember, the way that this format works between these two players, because INnoVation is a legendary player, retired player, is that Classic at the 2-0, INnoVation just had to win 1 game. Just had to win 1 game. We could have seen a second game here if Classic had won the first one, but INnoVation, he will be able to take down Classic. And with that, INnoVation, he does kick things off with a win for Team Terran. GG. The fanfare. GG, well played. With that, INnoVation, he will stay on, and now it is up to Team Protoss to field the next player. Bam, here we go. Here we go. So INnoVation versus TBD. Team Protoss have to discuss amongst themselves who is left. We have Trap, we have Hero as well, and Zaun. So 3 players remaining here for Team Protoss. Bearing in mind that the captain, which I believe is Zaun, I'll have to double check that. But the captain will force this into a best of 1. No, actually, I believe the best of 2 rule supersedes that. Okay, so yeah, best of 2 regardless here. We'll see if it's going to be Zaun, Hero, or Trap. I wouldn't mind seeing Trap versus INnoVation, not gonna lie. Like, Trap, he's also another quote-unquote retired player here. He is retired. Recently returning to the game, and he's been looking pretty good. Trap, unlike all the other players at Doyo Cup, Trap, he's the only player that has been playing in tournaments outside of just these invitationals. You know, shout out to INnoVation, you know, he came back with this event, but INnoVation's not playing in Open Cups. He's not playing in RSL qualifiers, for example. Trap is playing in the Open Cups, and is playing in the RSL qualifiers, at least over the past week, 2 weeks, since Doyo Cup. So Trap, he is being active again. Now, does that mean that he's going to return to competitive play? I think it's still too early to tell, but at least for now, Trap, he's enjoying himself. He's enjoying himself, he's playing more, and yep, there it is. Trap is going to be our next competitor. Let's go. And because both there's legend versus legend, so because both legends are facing off against each other, we have confirmation that best of 2 rule does not apply. It is going to be a best of 3. So best of 3 between INnoVation and Trap, legend versus legend. Let's go. Ah, beautiful. Now, before I get ahead of myself, I do have to quickly set up our cameras. Beautiful. Hey, we got it. Look at him go. Ah. Sipping on that coffee, getting ready for the match. So Trap is here. We have our cams. Players are ready, and we are jumping to game number 1 of this best of 3. Game 1 is going to be on BlackRock. Let's go. Let us go. So we got INnoVation. He's got 1 win for himself and for his team so far, but we still got 3 Protoss players left to work through. Can he go the distance? Can he pull a rogue and all kill? I mean, INnoVation, it's not going to be easy here, but I'm very excited to see just how much he has grown in such a short period of time. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of BlackRock, we have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing Team Protoss, the legend himself. It is Trap. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player, the South Korean Terran, the legend of his team as well, as this is a legend versus legend match. Best of 3, it is INnoVation. Let's go. Let us go. See in the chat, the old man. Classic is 2 years older than INnoVation. I should say the retired man. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. As here we go, INnoVation. He does send out an early SCV. Okay, looking to be a little bit cheeky here, INnoVation. Now, when it comes to a lot of these returning players, typically they're a little bit more limited in their builds, just because, you know, they've been playing a little bit less. They only recently came back, so they do need a little bit more time to start to branch out. But INnoVation does open up with the Proxy Racks, Gas back at home. Are we just going Proxy Reaper, or do we double down and go into a Tech Lab and go Proxy Marauder instead? Do we do something a little bit more nefarious here instead? Let's go. Yeah. Can you link INnoVation's accounts? Oh yeah, for those that are maybe watching the VOD, or even for those that are watching live as well, all the players, or at least the majority of the players, are streaming their POVs on Soup. So I believe INnoVation, he's live on Soup alongside many of the other players as well. And I think a lot of the other players, they're live at the moment, and they're also live streaming the like the group conversations when they're not playing from the rest of their teammates specifically. So ByuN, he's with Maru and Cure. They're all in call right now. I'm sure discussing amongst themselves. I believe all on stream. But now it is Proxy Marauder. As we mentioned, we were curious if it was going to be Proxy Reaper or Proxy Tech Lab into the Marauder. It is going to be Marauder instead. Meanwhile, Trap, he will go for the Probe Scout, and Trap, he will confirm that the Rax is missing. Now, it is not uncommon for the Rax to be thrown down further behind the main base, or inside the main, at the natural, at the third location as well. Trap, he wants that SCV. He won't quite get it. Trap, he does not make a Safety Zealot, I don't believe. No Safety Zealot. Still does go for the expansion. Marauders are amassing, and can INnoVation punish this? There's no safety battery on the low ground either. Bunker is being thrown down. Trap, it looks like he believed that it was going to be a fake out, but it's anything but. Yeah, it's anything but. Trap nibbling away here at the SCV. Oh. SCV does take a hit to the face. There's the safety battery. Going for 2 batteries, but the pylon is exposed. Now we have a second Marauder, and I believe that pylon is going to go down. So nice pick off. Takes down the pylon. Marauders, they move in. Now within range of the batteries, they're also going to go down as well. There's a messy defense here by Trap. Trap is supply blocked. Yeah, Trap is supply blocked. 2 Stalkers is all he has, and I believe this second battery should also fall. Trap, can he get on top of that bunker? Oh, he can, and he will. Yeah, bunker is denied just barely. Marauders, oh, they almost catch a Stalker. Second SCV shows up. Yeah, we have a second SCV. A little bit of a panic there. Boys are being pulled. 1, 2 probes going to be going down. There's the energy overcharge on the battery. Trap no longer supply blocked. And no longer blocked. A little bit messy when it comes to the target firing there out of INnoVation. A little bit messy, but he will keep reinforcing. Gets another Stalker. Gets one more. Oh, gets two. Ooh, gets two more. There's one left. Okay, just one remaining in that bunker. It's going to finish. Wow, the bunker does complete. Battery falls as well. This is getting out of hand. At the same time, Trap trying to be annoying. Back at home, we do see a transition to 1-1-1 out of INnoVation. Factory into starport. And it's a tough hold here. Heavy losses for Trap. I don't know if he can really break out in time. He's gonna have 3 Stalkers by the time the Immortal comes out with Chrono Boost. I believe this Nexus is killed. You can see here that Trap is trying to tank some shots, trying to tank shots for the Nexus, but it should go down. There's 4 Marauders DPSing it down here. The boys are being pulled. Desperation at Trap. He cannot lose this. He can't lose the base. He's going for it. He does dive in, and he will. He will lose the expansion. Massive pickoff here. Does target fire. Oh, the battery! The battery saves it! Oh my god! Yeah, the battery is not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. In the end, did tank it a little bit longer, but the Nexus goes down. Widowmine does burrow. Shot is baited. And Trap, he's in a rough position here. Being forced into one base play. Trap still supplied left as well after losing the Nexus, so he cannot reinforce. And back at home, INnoVation is setting up. We have the CC on the high ground. Widowmine is in position. Bearing in mind that Marauders aren't going to be defensive, as there are no Marauders left. Rax is found. Trap is coming. And back at home, so typically, what do we want to defend? Cyclones. Like, Cyclones are ideal here in this kind of position. And now we have our first Cyclone on the way. The Cyclone was delayed because of the Widowmines. And because of that, this is going to get a little bit rowdy here. The mine shot. Oh, does retarget. Yeah, it does retarget. Goes off in the Immortal. Widowmine goes down. There's nothing here. There's nothing to defend. Again, that Cyclone was delayed. Boys are being pulled. Army gets in. And INnoVation may have killed the natural, but will Trap kill the main? We're getting rowdy, baby. We're getting rowdy. As boys are being pulled, more Stalkers are arriving. This is too much. One Cyclone, it's not going to be enough here. Not to defend against 4 Stalkers. The Liberator has arrived as well. Whew. But that's 9 SCVs. 9 workers going down. Again, we're getting very, very messy here. Both players on one base, but INnoVation does have the faster natural. He'll have faster double SCV production. But Trap is not done. Yeah, Trap is not done. Picking up, dropping into the main. Does drop in. Oh, we get the lock on. First Cyclone is, gonna go down though. Yeah, heavy losses here for INnoVation. Losing the first Cyclone. GG gets called. Trap overwhelms, and Trap, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Trap will take a lead in the series. Again, it was greedy for INnoVation to go Widowmine first. If you remember, he made 2 Widowmines. One he rallied across the map. The other, he had it back at home to defend in time for the push. But that did delay the tech lab. That did delay any Cyclone or tank production. So it was a weaker defense there from INnoVation. That's all he had. And in the end, it was not enough. GG. GG, well played. Some successful aggression out of INnoVation. But again, he wasn't quite ready for the follow-up. Wasn't ready for it. And with that, Trap will take... Sorry, I have to fix up the score. There we go. Trap will take a lead in the series, and we'll see if INnoVation can bring it back and force the ace match, or if Trap will close it out. Can Trap achieve what Classic could not? To be fair, it was a very different kind of game. Very, very different kind of game here. And Trap has a bit of a breathing room here because it's a best of 3, whereas Classic, he could not afford to lose a single game. Trap, he has some wiggle room here. Meanwhile, the pressure is now on INnoVation. Now, you could argue that even if INnoVation goes down here to Trap, like, he did his job. Like, he very much so did his job, and he was able to bring down classical players. Looks like we might be experiencing a bit of a lobby bug. Yeah. I will see. So for those who are curious, currently for this patch, there is a bit of a lobby bug where you'll hear it soon, where you can hear the countdown timer and... Okay, we're good. But you could hear it continuing. You could hear the countdown timer continuing where it just bugs out. But thankfully, we're going back in. And we're going to be loading into Fear and Faith. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the red Protoss player. Oh, my apologies if I... There we go. We have the red Protoss player himself. We have the South Korean Protoss. Oh, who is it? No, Rex! No! Whenever someone's lagging in game, like as a caster, you always hold your breath. You're like, is it me? Like, is it? Wait, what's going on? The panic sets in. It Rex. Oh yeah, Rex. Okay, there we go. Should be fine now. It's possible that something that happens when that occurs is it's possible that Rex was turning on his VPN. Sometimes routing to a certain server is a little bit messy, so as casters or even players as well, like we turn on VPNs for certain servers, whether it's Korean server, US West, US Central, European. VPNs can help. Whew. But hopefully everything settles down. Shout out to Rex, of course. Rex, good dear friend, casting as well in his own native language. Taiwanese Zerg. For now, we're going to be calming down, and welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith is a 4-player spawn map. Wait, did I even get into the intros? Okay, bottom left-hand corner, we do have our South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss for Team Protoss. Leading the series 1-0, it is a trap. Bam. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player for Team Terran, the legend himself. It is INnoVation. Again, legend versus legend, INnoVation versus trap. Because they both have that legendary status, it is going to be a best of 3 between these two players. Not a best of 2, it will be a best of 3. We can see trap scouting top left, looking for INnoVation spawn location. Remember, welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in any corner of the map, but all these corners are connected with this monorail system, with this tubing system. So trap, he's going to be moving in to scout, bearing in mind that only workers can fit inside. Only workers. You can't like link flood through the tubes or go for like a zealot rush or send your marines in. Only workers can fit inside. It's just a way to speed up scouting, to help with the RNG nature of the map itself. And INnoVation will be scouted, and he's opening up 2 racks. Okay, I say 2 racks. Racks expand into a second rack. This looks like a 3 racks follow-up here, so a very aggressive follow-up. INnoVation, once again, no SCV scout. We saw this against Classic, we're seeing this against Trap as well. 0 SCV scouts, 0 Reaper, no Hellion. Remember, it's a 3 racks. 3rd racks has been thrown down. What does this entail? We're working towards a stim timing. So 3 racks is mass bio into stim. This does hit really hard and has a lot of potential, but right now, INnoVation's gambling. So really, 2 out of 3, in the sense that he's hoping that Trap is spawning in a close location, and now he's scouting. So if Trap was either bottom right or top left, it'd be close spawns, short rush distance by ground. Unfortunately for INnoVation, as Trap is going for he's going for 1 base all in. I was gonna say, unfortunately for INnoVation, Trap would have diagonal spawns instead, but hey, your Warpins, they don't care about spawn locations. We're rushing across the map, the first Delta has arrived, we're rallying across with our Adept and with the committed proxy, Robo, and a Gateway. Now, because of the build of choice, INnoVation's in trouble, right? Because there's no factory, no tank. There's no defensive tank, there's no defensive cyclone. We only have vanilla Marines, and Stim is a ways away. So these Marines are so fragile right now, and they have limited DPS because they have no Stim. So this is where INnoVation's at his most vulnerable. He's very, very vulnerable here, and this build is supposed to try to hard counter this and abuse the fact that there's no defensive tanks or no defensive cyclones. Trap, can he abuse? Shades in. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Adam gets caught. The proxy continues. Immortal's on the way. And again, there's still a big window in time where Trap can break through. For INnoVation, he has to be willing to give up on the natural. We need a bunker. Like, now he knows. Like, it's been a late reaction, but we need a bunker on the high ground. We need a bunker, and we need to be willing to pull the boys to repair and to tank. Remember, INnoVation's on 2 CCs and double mule. INnoVation can afford to lose workers, so it's okay. It's okay to lose some SCVs. As INnoVation's being a little bit ambitious here. It's being a little bit cavalier. Oh! Yeah, he gets punished for it, so losing 2 Marines. Yeah, very, very ambitious here. There we go, lifts up the natural, losing 4 Marines in total. Oof. Yeah, 4 Marines go down. Now we're diving on the bunker. We do focus on 2 Marines. And so far, no damage to the bunker, I should say. Boys are being pulled. They hit a repair. But again, that was a lot of Marine kills, and Trap, I believe, has lost only 1 Stalker. The Prism has arrived, now we can juggle. Now there's high ground vision. And Deeper's gonna go down. And we do have a factory on the way. And we're dropping in out of range of the bunker as well. It's out of range. So far, decent pickup micro. Decent control, decent micro. Rotates over towards the main. I mean, the ring count is building up. True. We're building up that bio, building up the Marines. And Trap, he expands. Yeah, late expansion by Trap. It looks like Trap, he has realized that the ring count is too high, that Trap can no longer break through. There's potential with force fields. Ooh, locks in some of the SCVs. Very nice force fields. INnoVation force to lift. Yeah, lifts up the CC. Ooh, he gets locked in once again. Yeah, he's getting locked down, getting locked in. He cannot kite back. Forced to fight. Bleeding out so many units here. The juggling. Oh my god, saves the immortal. And those were insane trades, by the way. Look how low the army is as well. Trap the control. Calm down. He still got it. He still got it. Looking at the trades, that was 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers, 1 Sentry. Really, in that engagement, it was 1 Stalker, 1 Sentry going down for 19 Marines and all those SCVs. So again, some heavy losses for INnoVation. Immortal drop into the main. Trap having his way with his army. Tank has arrived. And the tank will defend. Now, the issue here isn't just that INnoVation has lost a bunch of workers and lost a bunch of Marines. It means that his move out is going to be delayed, it's going to be hindered, but on top of that, because INnoVation had to make the choice to go into the factory and into tech lab and into tank production, it means that the stim timing that originally was planned isn't there. There is no tech lab on the racks, there is no stim, because we needed the factory. Oh no! Oh, miscontrol. Miscontrol by a Trap, losing the full War Prism. 2 Immortals go down, heavy losses, and we have a back and forth. Massive cash there from INnoVation. Trap, there was not enough dead space. Ooh, nice force field. Very nice force field. Oh, tank is within range though. Trap, he picks off 2 more Marines. Very meticulous micro there out of Trap. INnoVation breaking out. And Trap, ooh, he will take a massive tank shot to the face, losing 2 more sentries. Yeah, Trap, we gotta respect the tank back. We gotta respect it. And again, with the arrival of the tank, INnoVation has held. Has held on. Back at home, Trap, he is saturating. He's up by 10 workers. We're transitioning into a longer game. INnoVation did survive, but as we were trying to emphasize, INnoVation, he has no real pushing power because he has no stim. Without stim, he's stuck at home, catching at a couple of units, throwing down bunkers. Oh, I do actually really like this. Trap going for a Dark Shrine. Yeah, Dark Shrine is on the way. We still have the proxy here right outside of the front door, by the way. We can warp in those DTs. Now, the reason why I like DTs in this kind of position here is because the economy is so bare bones for INnoVation, he wants the mule. He wants the mule, so there's a very low chance that he will have scans ready. Ah, but he's getting a safety turret. Wow. Safety turret is on the way. There's going to be a turret in the main base. There's no turret in the... Sorry, there's going to be a turret at the natural. There's no turret in the main. But the proxy is going to be cleaned up. INnoVation is breaking free. There is that War Prism to still warp in. But with those turrets finishing up, I don't see Trap getting much done here. We'll see if he gets into the main. I believe there is a Viking. As you can see here, there's a Viking that's in position. Scan, dodge, reveal the Dark Shrine. Massive scout. Massive scan. Prism moves in. Vikings ready. Ooh, and we'll take a lot of hits. Prism has to get the hell out of here. It's deflected. Trap now knows that he's been scouted, and Trap is going for the ninja base. We're just... let's go. Let's go. We're clowning, Pappy. Proxy Robo, 1 base all in, into an expand, into a ninja third. Do I even believe that we need a ninja third base? Not really, but sure, why not? Oh. Does Trap react? Okay, that's... Jesus. INnoVation, he set up the trap. Be careful, Trap, be careful. And for me, we're calming down, and where exactly are we tech-wise? So when it comes to the upgrades, Charge. Charge is now done. We're getting into a Gateway Explosion, into Templar Archives, into High Templar, Storm, and Archon, so it's going to be Charge or Archon out of our Protoss player. This will be ideal to try to break INnoVation as INnoVation gets a third base. Pushing into the natural is going to be very difficult. As you can see, we have a full wall-off with tanks, with turrets, with bunkers as well. So there's no need for Trap to push into this. There is no need. INnoVation, he's going for his own double drop. He may just stumble upon the ninja, by the way. He's hugging the edge of the map. And you can see his rally is going past the expand. The Trappy spotted this with the observer, trying to intercept. Oh! And does spot the drop. I mean, they spot each other, and this base has not paid for itself. Yeah, there's no saturation. Probes are going to be going down, and Trap is being distracted. He's being dragged out of position. Here comes the main army. Ooh, who hits first though? Yeah, Prism goes in. DT's into the main. SCV's going to be going down. This Nexus will fall, and the main armies are about to clash. Uh-oh, who sieges first? Yeah, who reacts? That's him. INnoVation, he stims. Catching out some Zealots. SCVs are falling at the same time. I mean, hey, that's still economic damage being dealt here, bottom right. As again, we're getting messy. There are scans available. First scan pops off. Zealot warping into the main. INnoVation, he races back home to defend. Oh. He races back home. He will deflect. Trap going. He's an animal. Trap is going for top left. Let's go. Again, we don't need it. We could just take a third. Like, the third, like, defending on 3 bases isn't too awful here on Fear and Fate. The 4th base, for sure, is brutal to take. But here we go. Here comes INnoVation. Here comes the main army. Rushing across the map. Force fields, they buy some time. But there's no splash damage. We're the High Templar. Here they come. Here we go. The first storm. One storm with the tanks as well. But they can tank. Oh my god, massive tank volleys. Jesus, calm down. Going back through the storms multiple times. Respect the storm. Same time we see a counterattack. Ooh, looks like there is no bunker, but there are reinforcements. Yeah, plenty of reinforcements. INnoVation equal hold. Does turn back around though. Okay, this map is so huge. INnoVation, he wants to move out, he just can't. Yeah, cannot move out. Does run into the main army though. Prism finally going to be shut down. It cleans up the Prism. Meanwhile, that double drop from bottom right, it now hits into the main. And forcing a recall. This was a recall back home. 6 probe kills. Trap will clean this up. And Trap, he gets away with top left. I mean, personally, I feel like if Trap had just taken a regular expansion, he would have gone away with that as well. But regardless, INnoVation is pushing. And this base might be safe, but is Trap's natural safe? When it comes to the main army, there's only 3 High Templar. Like, the army is still lacking in supply for Trap. He just has not been able to build up. INnoVation is claiming his 3rd base. And Trap is heavily reliant on these storms. There's the first storm on 2 mines. Ooh, another storm on the tanks. Better storm here on the ByuN. We get some decent storms, but again, is it enough? INnoVation sims in. It's not enough. It's not enough. INnoVation sims on in. Chasing down the Archon, chasing down the Immortals as well. And Trap, he will lose everything. And we have it back and forth after a very chaotic early game with the Proxy Robo, with the 1 base all in, with chaos ensuing all over the place. INnoVation, he does claw his way back in. He breaks out. He breaks free. That 1 DT is getting a lot of work done, by the way. Kills the tank. We have a scan. Pappy. We have a scan. Does he notice? There it is. It does notice. Takes down 1, takes down 2. Ooh, Storm will connect. Yeah, Storm connects, and Trap, he is barely holding on here. But INnoVation has a massive army, has a massive rally. INnoVation knows he's so close to breaking Trap. Now, this is where the ninja base can come into play. Where INnoVation might feel that there's no pressure on him to push into the natural, and he doesn't need to, when he does, because there is a 3rd. INnoVation stims. And he's breaking through anyway. Yeah, he's pushing through anyway. There is 1 High Templar remaining. Is inside the Prism. DT does well in. We have the scan. And we have the scan. The mine shots are going off on the Zealots as well. Here's that 1 storm. That's it. The one and only storm left. And with that INnoVation, he does overwhelm. He does break through. And INnoVation, he sims. And he wins back. Yeah. So we go into the ace match. As we can see, Trap juggling his heart out. Again, very nice control, very nice micro. He's... Oh, no. I mean, no, the Immortal. The Immortal goes down. Trap, he's having too much fun. Bad, he's having too much fun. Oh my, even here, dodging the wide shot. Trap, he's crazy. Again, the micro is there. I mean, we saw it earlier when it came to the all-in as well. And the control has been there, but the economy is not. GG gets called, and INnoVation ties up the series. We are going to that ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're going to game 3. Again, we're tied up 1-1. It was a chaotic game as well. It all began with a 1-base all-in. Proxy robot at a Trap, and Trap was doing damage. It was trading very, very nicely, but Trap overextended. There were a couple of key moments where INnoVation was able to fight back. I'm referring specifically to Trap losing that War Prism. Remember, he lost a War Prism with 2 Immortals inside, which was a big moment. Also didn't help that Trap went into DTs, and INnoVation, he was more than ready for it as well, and it also hurts the Trap one for the proxy base. If that initial Ninja expansion was a regular third, he most likely holds on to it, and then he can have an economy. But because it got shut down so early on, Trap, he was behind in the economy, behind in his income, and he could not actually produce and keep up with the army of INnoVation. Could not keep up. GG. GG, well played, but a very chaotic back and forth. I did like the overall build from Trap and the idea of trying to punish 3-racks. The 3-rack setup, but in the end, it didn't quite come together. In the end, INnoVation was able to survive, defend, break out, break free, and now we load into Lockdown. It all ends here. It all ends on Lockdown. This morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss being forced into a tied series. Can he bring it back? The legend himself. It is Trap. Oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran, the legend himself, representing Team Terran. It is INnoVation. Let's go. Let us go, as we are going to be settling in, and this time I would imagine we're going to be calming things down a little bit. Welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown is a very secure map here on 2 bases. There's no RNG factor when it comes to spawn location, but there is a ramp coming into the natural. Because of this ramp, it is typically ill-advised to go into early game aggression. It does mean that your 2-base setup is very secure. The third is a little bit more exposed, though, and that's typically where we see a little bit more activity amongst our players. So we have the high ground natural base, we have the high ground third as well. What is more abusable is specifically this area here, this area in between the third and natural, so you can kind of wedge yourself in between the bases and push into one or the other. To help when it comes to defensive play, there are some cooling towers here that can be knocked down, so you can knock down these towers and fully wall this area off, which does help when it comes to aggressive rotations, so you can try to slow down your opponent. Otherwise, to help with aggression, we do have these speed zones. Currently they're walled off, or we do have rocks kind of deterring them a little bit, or kind of reducing surface area. I do have an economic opener. Jesus, gasless. Okay. CC first. CC, I mean, we spoke about how, hey, this is very defensive on 2 bases because of the high ground, and INnoVation, it does go CC first. Greediest build you can go for, and Trap does scout and does confirm the greed from INnoVation. But discussing defensive play, when it comes to these speed zones, because of their position, they actually help aggressive rotations in the late game. We haven't really just seen much late game on this map, though. In general, there just hasn't been much late game. But for now, CC first into what looks to be a 3-racks follow-up. 1, 2, we're expecting a 3rd racks. And remember, last game, INnoVation tried to go for the 3-racks, but because of the proxy, he was denied that. This time, he can actually get into his build and rush into early stim. As the probe is killed. And we're expecting that 3rd racks. 2-on-1s are quite rare in TVP. They're not unheard of, but they are quite rare, and they're very committed. They're very, very committed. Just because you're giving up a lot of map control, you're giving up early aggression for a much, much later medevac, like 16 Marine push, which can catch a player off guard if unscouted. But I don't expect to see that out of INnoVation. No shot. Oh. Meanwhile, Robo Opener here by Trap. Let's go. What did Trap see? So Robo Opener, Trap, he did see 2 racks. So if he's reading this like a 3-racks, then we could just go old school and go for a Robo Opener into a fast bay into an early game Colossus. The way that it lines up, I believe the first Colossus would arrive in time for the stim timing. This used to be a little more prevalent in the meta back in the day, back during like Side Delta. This would have been like 2022-ish era of StarCraft, when these players were more active, of course. But the fast Colossus is meant to shut down early stim. Meanwhile, INnoVation, he's being active with the Marines. He is not going for a 3-racks. He's not rushing into a tech lab. he is going for a 2-on-1 variation. This is different. This is arguably better for INnoVation. So there's a lot of moving parts here. So INnoVation he is going for a 2-on-1 variation. Meanwhile, a couple Marines, they do sneak out across the map. They do wander into the mineral line. Trap forced to pull away. Does he have warp gates? Nope, no warp gates. No warp gates. So he has to recall back home. There's no defensive warp in, and this is getting damage done. These 3 Marines, they get 1, 2, 3 probe kills. Very nice damage. Again, just abusing the immobility here of Trap's army. Where that does get 3 probes. But now the reason why like this is maybe better here for INnoVation, it is a 2-on-1 by the way, which we mentioned that is quite rare in this matchup. But going for the fast Robo and going for the fast Bay and going for fast Colossus, the downside of doing this is that you do have less map control. Typically, how do you gain map control? Blink, right? Blink Stalkers or Stargate Phoenix is a really good way to deny drop play, and to contain the Terran player. By rushing into Colossus like this, you're going to be able to shut down a main push, but a main push isn't coming. Drops are coming instead. We are going for a 2-on-1. We are going for the medevac. I believe we're going to be waiting for medevacs themselves before we move out with Stim. Ooh, what do we see? Trap, he is not quite aware, but once again, the more mobile composition of INnoVation may be able to pull Trap apart because of Trap's opener, because of his tech. Oh, he gets in. Does shade in. Does confirm the 2-on-1. Gets eyes on Stim and gets eyes on the delayed 3rd racks. So now Trap is aware of the build. He is aware. He's already locked in. He's already getting his first Colossus, which you could argue again is a bit of a waste. Now, what I do like though, I mean, hey, you know, when life gives you Colossus, you know, make Colossus drops. As we are going for Prism Speed, and this is a way to be active with this kind of opener. Otherwise, you're stuck at home. So really nice adaptation here by Trap, going for Gravitic Drive, going for Warp Prism Speed to go for some Colossus drops. It is like 2022 all over again. True. It's this used to be a lot more prevalent back in the day, back during the COVID era of StarCraft. Turret is done. Prism, is going to be denied. But I'm sure INnoVation does notice how fast the Prism is. And there is that one Viking already. Right, we have that Viking. There's the add-on swap here for reactored medevacs. Tank volley goes off. Massive connection. Where's the Viking, by the way? Wait, what? Am I crazy? I swear I saw the Viking being made earlier, but looks like we cancelled, went into the Raven first, now into reacted Viking. Jesus. Okay, the Colossus taking a lot of hull damage. Trap, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful here. So we have again our 3-1-1 setup. 3rd TC is on the way. We're just staying here. We're just building up our forces. But INnoVation has had a very nice start so far. The Colossus opener has not paid for itself, and INnoVation did deal economic damage earlier. Raven is getting ready for its harass. Trap now claiming a 3rd, which is delayed. Delayed 3rd base. Raven moves in. Looks like we had a recall back home. And now with the medevacs arriving, finally INnoVation can start to be active and move out. As I mentioned, usually the downside of going for a build like this is that you're kind of stuck at home until you have your medevacs, until you have all your upgrades. But Trap, his initial opener was, I would say, a little bit lackluster. So it's okay. It's okay for INnoVation. As now both players are expanding, both players getting their 3rd bases. We do have the Academy on the way for Ghost production. Meanwhile, we have the Templar Archives on the way for High Templar. So both are embracing that mid-game. Storm has not begun. INnoVation now with his medevacs can start to break out. There is an observer here for Trap, which does spot the army. You can see Trap's army being activated as well. Observer does spot the 3rd TC, so Trap knows that there's no crazy 2-base all-in. He's ready for the backstab. I would say this is a little bit premature. Ideally, Trap wants to wait for INnoVation to push, but he goes in. He does go in. Picking up some SCVs. INnoVation, he scans, does spot the observer. There's a recall back home, but still, that's going to be 8 SCVs going down. Oh my god. Yeah, hey, it's 9 SCV kills. Getting up to 10. This is getting out of hand. And this also delays the push. So 13 SCVs, INnoVation forced back home. A very nice harass here from Trap. And he didn't even lose the Prism. He recalled, if you recall. Did recall that Prism. So very nice harass. Now, thankfully, INnoVation noticed that that was a little bit peculiar, and he was able to snipe the Observer at least. Here comes the main push, and I believe Trap, because the Observer got sniped, he does not see this. Yeah, Trap, he does not see the army. INnoVation is pushing. Trap, he's going to try to engage ahead of time. He has Storms. Vikings, they pop up. Ooh, first storm. Oh my god, the Storms! Yeah, Storms, they land. Massive connections. The boys are being pulled. 2-base all in. Yeah, 2-base. Oh, he goes through the Storm again. Oh no! Yeah, the Storm is crazy. Insane damage to the ByuN army. Another Storm lands, and we just take the Storm to the face. INnoVation, por favor. Can he just brute force this? Can he pull this off anyway? As he denies the the fourth base, which does not matter. He's rallying across. INnoVation, he just tanked the Storms. And hey, he sniped both Colossus. Oh my god, another Storm lands. Yeah, another Storm lands. Army coming in from behind. Another Storm in the ByuN army. The Storms are crazy. Cleans up the Bayou, cleans up the tanks. GG gets called, and Trap, he will shut down the 2-base all in. He will claim the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Trap, he's like, what the hell? He's like, he's lost his mind, papi. He just took all the Storm to the face. He's crazy. Oh my god. And he still had a massive army as well that survived that to push in, which was very impressive. But GG, well played. Again, Trap, he will claim the series. He will take down INnoVation. So the third CC was a bit of a fake out. INnoVation, he was just building up his army, then went for one big push, pulled the boys as well. Trap had no idea, but again, the Storms, I mean, they were almost perfect there for Trap. Initially, INnoVation, he was trying to avoid them, but I guess because time was of the essence, he made the decision to just run back in and run through the Storms. It was definitely a choice that was made. It was crazy. GG well played, and with that, Trap, he will be remaining on as the current quote-unquote king of the hill. Trap takes down INnoVation, so Trap, so Team Protoss, they fight back, they put a point on the board, and now we have a 1-1 scoreline here. But as I mentioned before, you could definitely argue that INnoVation already pulled his weight. For INnoVation to bring down Classic, that was a big win. That was a big win for Terran. A win that should not have happened, by the way, because Classic is straight up top 2 Protoss in the world. So for INnoVation to bring him down, he's done his job. Now Trap takes down INnoVation, and now Trap, he will stay on. And who's up next? We still have a plethora of Terran available here. It's either going to be ByuN, Maru, or Cure. Here we go. Oh, and it looks like we have our answer. Okay. It is going to be a best of two. A best of two because, again, Trap is a legendary player. And to avenge his teammate and also his idol. Yeah, I'm sure if you know, you know. You can already hazard a guess. But it is going to be ByuN versus Trap. Let's go. Again, ByuN, back in the day, he was a big INnoVation fan. ByuN, he idolized INnoVation, was like the head of his fan club, if you will. So he's here to avenge his fallen idol. Let's go. Let us go. Now, once again, as a reminder, because Trap is has that legendary status, it means that Trap needs to win only one game. Only one game. If ByuN wins game 1, then loses game 2, Trap wins. Just as a heads up. So ByuN needs to 2-0. He needs to 2-0 here. A 1-1 is not good enough. Let's go. Oh, there's a lot of banter going on. Oh my god. Alright, sure. Sorry. Now that we have ByuN, I do have to set up the camera though. So, 1 moment. Have to get those cameras ready, and there's a lot of banter going on in the lobby chat, so I'm gonna try to translate. Let's have a look. God damn it. Basically, they're like, yo, ByuN, we need your camera. And ByuN's like, no. So I don't wanna. It's like, now you have to. It's like fine. Being forced to wear out the cam. It's the cleanest room. Very quickly. Get rid of the INnoVation body pillow. Get the Okay, we're good, we're good. And there he is. Again, they were just memeing in the chat. See ByuN ready with his jersey as well. So again, he was just joking with the admin. SMH. We're all having a good time. Oh, I was about to jump in. We're about to jump in. Whew. And again, as a reminder, this is going to be a best of 2. Game 1 is going to be on the Old Sun Temple. Okay. So we have the Old Sun Temple here. It is a 4-player spawn map, 4 possible spawn locations, and again, depending on that spawn location, aggression can be favored, or potentially even longer and later games instead. We'll see. We shall see. Players are setting up. Meanwhile, when it comes to the greater series here, we're tied 1-1 currently. So this is to determine which of the 2 teams, Terran or Protoss, will take a lead in the series. Who will take that lead? As we are loading in. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the Old Sun Temple, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. And Team Terran, it is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing Team Protoss, the legend himself. It is Trap. Man. Here we go. As we are getting into our 3rd series of the broadcast, and again, as a reminder, this is a best of 2. Best of 2 between Trap and ByuN, but it's a unique best of 2 because Trap only needs to win 1 game. Only one. Only one. As welcome to Old Sun Temple. Again, Old Sun Temple is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom right, bottom left, top right, and top left as well. Now, unlike the other maps like Fear and Faith, there is no aqueduct or monorail system here to connect these bases to each other. Instead, we do have speed zones. These speed zones are designed to help worker scouting. So it's kind of like an alternate way to help with cross scouting specifically. We can see Trap is going to be checking top right. ByuN has yet to SCV scout, is going racks first though, no CC first like we saw out of INnoVation in the last game. So we are looking for each other, we are scouting. Now because we do have diagonal spawns, because of the cross spawn location, this is going to be a longer rush distance by ground, and this typically leads into longer and later games. Typically, not always of course, aggression can still transpire, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to really pull off. You see here Trap, he scouts top right, now he's going bottom right instead. He will eventually find ByuN. We'll find him. Trap going for his own gate expand. Standard opener here out of Trap. And he pokes in, looking to see the gases and the timings. For now, is going to be denied. But at least does confirm ByuN's location. He also confirms no CC first. So Trap, he does get a little bit of information here. As the CC is now being thrown down. So from here we can calm down. Once again, ByuN is skipping the SCV scout, so no SCV scout out of ByuN, no Reaper scout as he did go Marine first as well, so ByuN is playing blind. He's playing blind, and it's a double-edged sword as well, or I should say it's even worse here on Old Sun Temple, because ByuN doesn't know where Trap came from. Did he come from, like which corner of the map, I mean? ByuN is still unawares. But he might not care. Like, he's just slowly building up his Marines. From here, we can go into either extra axes, into like a 3-ax. We can go for it against a 2-on-1 variation. We can go for our own faster 3rd CC. Eyes are on ByuN. He does like his 3cc 3-ax, for sure. Meanwhile, we have our take of choice, going to be a Twilight Council out of Trap. If you recall, we did mention how the robot opener was more peculiar and was more specific that Trap was going for. Here it's going to be Twilight Council, so standard safe play. Meanwhile, ByuN, we just spoke about it, he does like his 3cc 3-ax, and this is what it is. 3cc into 3 raxes. So 1 rax into a 2nd, into a 3rd rax as well. This is leading into a 3-rax stim timing, but it's going to be a later timing because of the very fast 3rd CC. This is one of the greediest builds that Terran can go for. Because it wasn't CC first, right? Like, so that there is technically a little bit of a greedier variation of this. if we had gone CC first. But regardless, hyper greed out of ByuN, and this has a massive power spike in the mid game. Why is that? Well, because of the fast third CC, it means faster 2-base saturation, it means extra mules, and faster 3-base saturation as well, as you're making 3 SCVs at a time much earlier. Because of that, you do have a boosted economy and boosted production coming into the mid game, and typically the Terran player will have a supply lead in doing so. They'll have this big power spike, if you will. The pressure's on Trap to realize what's going on and to try to punish it and try to hinder the Terran. To either hinder the Terran or try to meet greed with his own greed instead. Speaking of, so far there's 1 gate in the low ground, 1 gate in the main, so 2-gate blink into a robo into what looks to be a 3rd expansion. We'll keep an eye on Trap. Yes, there we go, the probe does move out. So Trap is going for a more standard economic opener. And Trap has still yet to piece together what's going on, but here comes that hallucination. So with this, Trap will confirm. Makes his way in. Marines, they try to zone, but will confirm the 3rd CC is already in orbital. Now he knows. And now Trap is aware. We'll see if Trap responds with like double forge and double upgrades to try to catch up that way, or if he does try to throw down extra gateways. Speaking of greed, yep, there it is. So not double forge, but instead Templar Archives. We are rushing off of 2 gateways into a robo, into a Templar Archives, into Storm. The reasoning for this is because this move out and the aggression is going to be much later here for ByuN, so Trap, he knows that he has some time to be greedy tech-wise at least. So he's going to be delaying his gateways. Stalkers are being active. Cleaning up Marines, attempting to contain ByuN, and spot the move out at least. Not just spot the move out, but also ideally delay the 3rd base landing. Delay the 3rd. They're charged on the way. Now we get the gateway explosion. Temple Archives is not complete. We should be seeing Storm soon. So it's done in time for the push. And there it is. Storm is now on the way. It's being chronoed. So it will be done in time. Likewise, ByuN is still scouting. He just scouted bottom left, looking for his opponent, and we'll find Trap at top left. We'll find him. As ByuN, he attempts to land his 3rd. We'll see if he can. Ooh, does break out. Yeah, breaks out, zones away the Stalkers. There's no like War Prism or Pylon or any way to reinforce and to try to push this position. Trap cannot stop it. Cannot stop. You can see ByuN being cheeky. You see he's trying to catch out a Stalker and trying to catch at Trap at being inattentive. Trap does pull away. And ByuN, he will gain map control. He's gaining map control. Takes over the Zalnaga tower. Behind the Storm is complete. Charge will finish up. We have Immortal production well underway as well. And ByuN is going for drop play. Again, ByuN is not going for any kind of main frontal assault, just drop play, harassing. He has to wait for his 3rd base to kick in. Still has yet to do so. It's kicking in. So you can see we have our triple mules. Scan gets eyes on the High Templar, confirms it's going to be Storm, not Colossus. Jump into the main. Gets a pylon. And he'll snipe 1, maybe 2 pylons. Tries to trade with the army, has to pick up, has to get the hell out of here. Stalkers they can punish, and they will focus on the medevac. So 1 medevac is going to go down. Heavy losses here for ByuN. Oof. Yeah, losing 1 full medevac for a pylon. That was not quite worth it. At the same time, ByuN tries to move in, observers in position, and Trap is ready with the Templar. He's ready with the Storm. So that was a big investment here from ByuN. It wasn't quite worth it. He picked up a couple of Stalkers, I guess, but yeah, not the best trade. And anything that ByuN loses now is going to weaken the main push. True. So bear that in mind. As Trap is going for his own counterattack. Moving out with his Prism. At the same time, Ghosts are massing for ByuN. Ghosts are on the way. As I believe there was an observer. Yeah, there's an observer that sees this. Spotter Zella as well. Storm is ready. We have 2 Templars, sorry, 3. Their first storm lands. Forcing ByuN back. At the same time, Prism into the main base. ByuN, he is in position. He's ready. And so, oh no, the turret! Oh my god, the positioning. The turret takes out the Prism. No more harass. Dragging the army into the mines. Yeah, ByuN, he defends. Now it's time to attack. Cleans everything up. Got a very nice defense here by ByuN. The turret, the positioning. And now ByuN has nothing to worry about. Now he doesn't have to be concerned with a backstab. I mean, Zealot run-bys can be a thing, and you can see Zealots moving out. Oh. There's no Prism, nice EP. Oh my, the EPs! Catching out the High Templar, no Storm. Yeah, 3 Templar get called out. There are some reinforcing Templar back at home. The Archon gets called as well. Nice Sims on forward, catching out more Stalkers. The Archon as well. And he wants the Immortals. Yeah, he wants the Immortals, and it looks like he will try to get them. Ooh, not quite. Zealot's taking him from behind. Trappy does hold. And Trappy actually saves all 3 Immortals. Very impressive. I assumed he would lose at least 2. Meanwhile, recall into the main. Yeah, that one drop from earlier does force a recall. ByuN back at home still building up. And ByuN has been trading well, but he can't quite keep reinforcing. Part of this is because of the spawn locations. Because we have very long spawns, or because we have cross-spawn locations specifically and the long rush distance by ground, ByuN can't rally. And because he can't rally, it means that Trap, he's given time to build up the Colossus. Colossus are amassing. Any Vikings? The answer is 0. 0 Vikings, we're making 3 at a time. There's going to be a big timing for those Colossi. Trappy has to pull away. Trappy does pull away. Meanwhile, at the same time, Trap going for his own counter drop. Does hit the 4th. Oof. Will delay. Yeah, delays the 4th base. SCV's going to be going down, getting up to 9-10 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Going for the massive Warpin as well. And the Warpin looks like will barely finish in time. Yeah, it does finish up. Oh, that's a cancel. Yeah, cancel on the CC. Trappy's pulling ByuN apart. No shot. And Trappy took down INnoVation. Can he take down ByuN as well? Yeah, cleaning up some Vikings. That's crucial. Less Vikings to deal with the Colossus. 18 SCV kills. Trappy defender back at home. The main army's pushing out as well. Pushing through the center. 3rd base is exposed. But ByuN defends. Okay, ByuN cleans up the army. ByuN getting in position. Trappy pulls back. But again, that was 21 SCV kills. That was insane. And that economic lead that ByuN was supposed to have is no longer there. It wasn't just 21 SCV kills, it was also a cancel on the 4th CC. So some brutal economic damage. ByuN once again trying to move out. Trap leading with the Storms. Ooh, lands 1. But he will lose all 3 Templar. That was not worth it. That was not worth it. Another EMP lands. How many Vikings do we have? 6 Vikings. They're all quite here though. Ooh, Rockstar knocked down. Trap, he is reinforcing. He's now up to 3 Colossi. He's up to 3. Still, he's on 5 High Templar. Plenty of Storms. He's getting up to 4 Colossus now. Oh my god. The army comes together. Yeah, it all comes together. Would you have a Viking army going for the Colossus? Storm does land. Yeah, shaking gauge here from ByuN. Storms they zone away, and the Vikings are going down. They're being focused down here, one after the other. Oh, down to 1 Viking. We still have all 4 Colossus. Yeah, there's still 4 Colossi. Vikings are still reinforcing. They're still coming in. Healthier Viking counts. Where's the Stalkers? Uh-oh. Yeah, not enough Stalkers. Gets 1, gets 2 Colossus, and ByuN punishes. Yeah, ByuN does punish. He sims, and he wins, and he will reset the Colossus count. Trap, he stuck around too soon. Yeah, he stuck around too long. Trap did overextend. Massive blunder, losing everything, losing 4 Colossi. Ay, ay, ay. And the issue here is that it was Colossus. These units, they take a long time to rebuild for Protoss. So rough losses there for Trap, and ByuN, he's snowballing out of control. Snowballing out of control. Trap, he was so close. He was doing so well for himself until that final fight. He only had 2 Stalkers. He had no anti-air. So Vikings, they punished him. There were no reinforcements. The base is going to go down, and ByuN, he's just snowballing out of control. Across the map, you see Trap going for a counterattack. Does get a couple of SCVs. A couple of workers are falling, but it may not matter. ByuN, he just keep pushing. He just keep going. Zelsa getting a little bit more done, but that's going to be 20 probe kills across the map. And Trap desperate for damage. Going further into main at the same time. ByuN going for his own Doom drop. Drops in as well. And D-Powers Gates. D-Powers Gateways. There are going to be storms to defend, and Trap, he may be able to hold on here, but ByuN is about to max. He's about to max out. He has a massive army. ByuN can afford these trades. Picks up, pulls away. ByuN has his 4th base up and running. I can't say the same about Trap. I cannot say the same. Oh, he will get a medevac. Never mind. Never mind. Medevac barely pulls away. ByuN is scanning, looking for 4th bases. Looking for expansions. And shout out to Trap. Trap, he played well. He played well for himself. I was very impressed. If Trap hadn't pushed out with 4 Colossus when he did, like, there's a world where he pulls back, he reinforces, or he has a War Prison with the army, or a proxy pylon to reinforce instead, gets extra Stalkers, and maybe he just keeps pushing. Maybe he saves a Colossus, focuses on the Vikings, and breaks through. There's a world where that could have happened, but again, Trap, he wasn't quite set up for it. Did ever extend. ByuN now moving in, and ByuN is maxed. And he's maxed out. And rotating over. The base is going to fall. And Trap is out of position here. He cannot save the expansion. Instead, just going for the base trade. Going for the counterattack instead is the one chance that Trap has. The one chance, the one opportunity. Even then, it's a slim one as well. Especially if ByuN turns around. And he does. Yeah, ByuN turns around. ByuN, he evacuates the 3rd base. He's racing back home, leaving a couple units here to deny the expansion. Does attempt to. Oof. Yeah, rough position here with the Vikings. Vikings, they will catch out one of the Colossus. Army stems in, shows the storms. They zone at least, but... Oh god, the boys, calm down. The boys! The bloodlust party. Get out of here. You can see ByuN is sharking for the EMP. He wants the High Templar. He wants them. He's on a mission. He's rushing in. Oh my god, the speed zone. He does rush through. Ooh, massive EMP. He just went from across the map. Massive EMP lands. He got it. He got it, Pat. Oh my god, there's still some storms left over. But only half as many. Jesus. Still will take some storms to the face. And ByuN will overwhelm. He will overwhelm the final army, the final stand for Trap. Cashing out Archons. Cashing out more Colossus. Stepping on forward. And with that, Trap will lose the entire army here. Down to a handful of gateway units, just Zealots, a couple of High Templar. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Aye. As ByuN does take a lead in the series. But honestly, that was an intense back and forth. That was a very, very intense back and forth here. I could definitely see a world where Trap may have even taken that game, to be honest. Like, Trap, he was looking good. He was taking fights. He was gaining map control. Just got too excited. Got too aggressive. And with that, Trap, he was punished for pushing too hard across the map with 4 Colossus, but no supportive units. He had very little gateway units to support. So the Vikings did punish. And with that, ByuN, he brought it back. He did bring it back. And with that, ByuN takes game 1. But remember, this is the best of 2. And Trap only needs to win 1 game to claim this series. ByuN, he needs to 2-0 to stay on and to take a lead for Team Terran. Here we go. I see Pure Ghost in the chats. I know it came out of retirement. So if you maybe haven't been watching too much StarCraft as of late, it was 2 weeks ago, if not 3 weeks ago, where INnoVation returned for Doyo Cup. He was also back at the start of the year as well for some show matches. Doyo Cup was like a big tournament for legendary players like INnoVation, TY, Fantasy was playing as well. I do recommend the VODs. We of course did cover and we did cast Doyo Cup live at the time. It was a big event in China. Oliveira was playing as well. Oliveira, Impact, and Neeb was back as well. So they all returned as retired players, of course. And same here as well. This is why Trap, for example, has that quote-unquote like legendary status in this tournament. Trap, INnoVation, and Armani, they're all retired players. That's why they have like a bit of a handicap when they play. You should not expect this to be like their return from retirement. The only reason why they're playing is because they're retired. The one caveat to that though is Trap. As I mentioned before, out of all the players that returned for Doyo Cup, Trap is the only one that has been actively playing in more tournaments. But it's only been like 2 weeks, so it's hard to say for certain that Trap he's back. Like, we can't really say that for certain, but he is dedicating the most time to StarCraft compared to INnoVation or TY or Impact or Neeb or any of these other guys. Or Sue. Oh. So it looks like we do have a lobby bug. Just catching up. Is Pommy the new Emil? Yeah, that was the... I didn't get to talk about it earlier, but pretty much, like, he... I mean, there's a couple of people that do, quote-unquote, consistently lag out. Pommy is one of them. Enki's the other. I think Enki's internet has been getting better, but there was a period in time where Enki would often have an unreliable connection. But I think that's evened out. As it looks like we do have a lobby bug. I'm pretty sure to resolve it, we do have to restart our clients, but we'll see. Hopefully we can, there we go. Beautiful. Just had to brute force it. We're loading into game number 2. Going to be on Rainfall. Let's go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify and representing Team Terran in this Team League style tournament. Leading the series 1-0, it is ByuN. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. I just realized I did switch colors. There we go. We have a blue Protoss. We have the South Korean Protoss. For Team Protoss, it is Trap. Here we go. We are back. We have returned here. And again, ByuN needs to win this game to claim the series for himself and for his team. Meanwhile, Trap needs to win this game for the same thing. Remember, the Trap, he only needs to win one game in this series. And game 1 was very back and forth. It was very intense. It was a very intense game 1. As Trap is moving out. Meanwhile, big shout to Kronos in the chat. Este Kronos. Real Korean CranKy Duckling. True, true. As the pro moves out, at the same time, ByuN is also slipping in. Hello, Este. ByuN slipping out across the map, sneaking around the left-hand side, and I believe going for an eBay block. So cheeky moves out of ByuN. The Max is, of course, back at home, but the move here is to force the unnatural natural. And welcome to Rainfall. Okay, for those that are unaware, welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool, second shortest rush distance in the entire map pool, so aggression is favored here. But another big feature, it isn't just that the map is small, it isn't just the short rush distance by ground, but also the third base locations are brutal. Both third bases, this linear third base and the triangular third base, as you can see, are both on the low ground. There is no high ground advantage. Not just that, but they're also very open. You can see here, they're very wide open here. There's no choke points, there's no defensive setup here. So typically the third base location on this map is very exposed, and we see a lot of aggression hitting the third, but here Trap is forced to take it as a natural, so he's going to be very exposed and very vulnerable to a 2-base all-in. It doesn't mean that ByuN has to 2-base all-in, but it is now an option. It's now an option, and Trap is going to be spread thin, defending both locations. The other thing, of course, is that this high ground location here, the main entryway, the main pathway into the natural is on the high ground, so we could see all-ins, instead of hitting the third expansion, they can just push in between the bases and then just split your opponent in half in between their own expansions. And you have to push up the ramp into your opponent. It can be a very difficult location to engage into. Meanwhile, CC on the high ground, so racks expand into the factory follow-up. Nothing crazy so far, not yet. We'll keep an eye on ByuN to see if he goes for a second racks or it goes into a starport. As we mentioned, ByuN doesn't have to all in. He might just play standard from here, but just make the opener uncomfortable for Trap. Could just make it uncomfortable. Likewise, Trap going for a second gate. Oh, okay. Into a proxy, into a 3-gate. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I believe that we've seen this before at a Trap where he sets up a proxy pylon across the map. We do have 3 gates back at home. It's going to be 4 gates. Jesus. Oh, sorry, it could just be 3 gateways and 1 regular pylon. Remember, you don't need a gateway across the map for fast warp ins. So 3 gates at home and shows that proxy. Trap just waiting for the minerals. There it is. There's that proxy pylon. Now it can reinforce. Now it can warp in. So for Trap, this is a very common response that Hero goes for. But because Trap was forced into a really awkward and uncomfortable position, the best defense is a good offense. If Trap is hyper aggressive, then ByuN won't have the opportunity to move out across the map. That's the thought process here. It's the rationale. So hyper aggression out of Trap. Here come the warp ins. Extra stalkers. Now, this is quite dedicated, bearing in mind that because of this commitment, it means that the Twilight Council is going to be very late. It's going to be very, very late for Trap. The tech is going to be delayed. It does keep the army hidden. You can see Trap wants to lure the army down. Now revealing a second Stalker, and ByuN he evacuates. He just evacuates the low ground. ByuN gets scared off. Ooh, just commits a shade. That barely does survive. And as ByuN is defending, he's going for a triple mine drop. Oh my god. He's going for the drop play, and Trap doesn't react in time, warping in extra stalkers. ByuN does poke in. Catching at the depth. Ooh. And here comes a mine drop. Just 2 to mine so far. Trap he evacuates, pushing into the main base. Boys are being pulled as well. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. Catching up 4 SCVs, lining the natural. Mine drop not really getting much. Not much damage done yet, but the Widow Mines will reset. Oh. Nice auto stepping. ByuN catching out a Stalker. Tank has arrived, and ByuN is holding. Yeah, ByuN is holding on. Massive tank volleys. Tank shots they go off. Meanwhile, we still have 3 Widow Mines inside the medevac. Oh, does boost in. Yeah, boosting into the main base. Does barely unload in time. And shots are going off. Ooh, catching out 1 Stalker. Just the 1. We'll get another. Second Stalker goes down. Not bad. Drop play continues. ByuN is trapped in his own main, but the drops are getting damage. They're getting damaged. The Widow Mines, they even scuttle away. Dark. He's waddling away, Papi. Oh no! The Widow Mines are getting low, but they distract the Stalkers. They drag them out of position. At the same time, Trap is trying to find a way in. He does have that sentry for the force field. Back at home, though, there's nothing to defend. There will be a defensive warp in, or a recall. No energy. No energy yet. Drop is coming in. We have Hyperflight Rotors on the way here, going into Speed Banshees. Let's go. We're getting messy. We're getting chaotic. As ByuN drops in, there's that recall. The recall's back home, which means ByuN can break out. Massive tank shots. Ooh. Yeah, tank blow is going to be going off. Medevac gets sniped. Oof. Well thought there for ByuN. But he breaks out. Yeah, he breaks out. He can now expand. Set up his own natural. The aggression has subsided. We can see Trap trying to warp in Zealots. He's going into charge. So are we just committing? He's rallying. Trap, he's rallying across the map, but I don't think there are enough Zealots. It looks like he wants to try to hit a charge timing and get on top of the tank. But I'm not convinced that the army is large enough. Maybe I should have more faith in how many Stalkers there are. But remember, there's no blink. Like, those Zealots have built a tank. They need to tank the tank shots and collapse and break through. Here we go. Does dive in. Massive tank shots on the Stalkers. Mass repair on the tank. Tank does go down. And do we have enough? The bunker is done. Wow, the bunker is complete. Boys, they cannot repair. And Trap does have enough to take over the natural. Whew. Okay, he does have enough. I wasn't sure there were enough Stalkers, but actually did break through the tank. Broke through the bunker. ByuN is stuck on 1 base. Jesus. Yeah, tank blows are brutal. Once again on the Stalkers. 1 tank does go down. He's also diving in. They're trading with the SCVs. Better trade safe for Trap. That's a lot of damage. 10 SCVs going down. Trap, he wants the tank. Can he get it? He shouldn't. Yeah, he should not get it. A little bit greedy there from Trap towards the end. At the same time, Mind Drop comes back in. Sorry, the Banshees, true. The Speed Banshees, the boys. 4 probes. Some counter damage here, but ByuN is still stuck on one base. He's still stuck on one expansion. 11 SCV kills. Now going for the Stargate. That's to help deal with the Banshees. Dark Shrine as well. I mentioned this against INnoVation, where I do like the idea of DTs here. Just because the economy is very... It's just very bare bones for ByuN. It's just a very chaotic game. Very, very chaotic. Banshee harass at the same time, drop to the main. There are some units in position to defend. 3 tanks. 3 tanks, the Banshee, ByuN holds. Here come the Dark Templar. There is no turret, and there is no scan. Uh-oh. No shot. Yeah, 0 scans. If only there were 2 DTs. If only. Yeah, Trappy has no gas. Oh, going for a DT drop into the main. Enough time has passed where I believe there should be 1 scan. Yeah, DT's revealed. There's soon to be 1 scan available. Second DT into natural. Turrets are on the way. SCVs will go down. Yeah, picking up SCVs. 5 SCVs so far. There was the 1 scan. And we need more time for the second. Yeah, second scan needs more time. 8 SCV kills. There's a second scan. ByuN does have it. But again, more workers going down. Banshees, they're being chased by the Observer. Prison back into the main. Going for the tank. Nope. Does get it. 1 more shot. Ooh, tank goes down. Worth it. And once again, nice pick up here by Trap. DT does fly too close to the sun. Gets caught by the turrets. But Trap, now he's up 20 workers here. 53 probes to 37. Trap is getting a 3rd base, fully operational as well. Booming economy here for Trap. Again, it's been a very messy game, but the Phoenixes, they clean up the Banshees. The 1 Phoenix shuts down all the Banshees, and ByuN, he's in a world of hurt here. He's stuck on 2 bases, no harassing options. He has 1 Banshee left over. Just now finishing up Stim. Now, the one thing that Trap is missing is splash damage. There's no Storm, there's no Colossus. So that is a bit of a concern. The Bio Army is quite hefty here for ByuN. So speaking of splash damage, Temple Archives now is being thrown down. But we're still a ways away from Storm. So that's something to bear in mind. Meanwhile, that 1 Banshee moving out. It's moving out for ByuN. ByuN still setting up his bio. 3rd CC is on the way, so ByuN is going to try to macro out of this. It's going to be a rough road to recovery here for ByuN. It's going to be rough. Trap getting a 4th. Banshee is not yet revealed. Now here's the natural. The natural getting 1 probe, denying some mining. Phoenix should respond. And the Phoenix is coming. Yeah, the Phoenix is racing on over at the same time. Trap is pushing in. And again, Trap is still lacking splash damage, but he does want to trade with the Marines. He can try to collapse in out of range of the tanks. I believe there's 3 tanks for ByuN. Yep, 3 tanks. They're set up on the low ground. ByuN, he cannot fight without them. Oh, okay, we're going for the drop. Okay, I mean, hey, we got to take some risks. We got to take some risks, take some chances. Dream drop out of ByuN. He's leaving the bare minimum back at home to defend. And Trap pulls back. Does not push in. There was an opening here. There's for sure an opening here to push in. But Trap, he does back off. Oh. Catching at the Banshee. Drop is moving in. Gets spotted by the... Oh my god, by the probe. Trap is in position. Yeah, he does spot the army. Ay, ay, ay. Oof. So they collapse in, they catch out some of the mines. Mines don't go off, and the drop is denied. And the MVP probe has scouted the Doom drop. And now Storm is done. The one thing that Trap was missing, Storm is now complete. And remember, Trap does not have to push into this. So the ideal for Trap is actually to wait for ByuN to expand. Speaking of, here it comes. There's that 3rd base. We spoke at the beginning of this game how difficult it is to defend the 3rd because it's so open. It's on the low ground, it's so open, so exposed. This is Trap's moment to punish this position and to break ByuN. So Trap is checking. Does spot the army. Trap moves in. How many high Templar? 4. So 4 Templar. I believe there's 2 in the prism. 2 in the war prism. Is reinforcing. When it comes to our tanks, we have 2 on the low ground, 1 behind this. Mines are in position as well. I'm liking the SimCity here attempted from ByuN with the turrets, with the depot. But again, it's going to be a tough hold. We can even see the Phoenix lift the tank as well. True. I feel like a lot of this will come down to the mine shots. Speaking of, when the mines they do on Maru, Zeltse charge in, they clumped up. Ooh, storm of the Bio army, mine shots going up, and Archons they break through. Archons are breaking on through, the tanks are going down, getting 1, getting 2 tanks, there's 1 tank left. And Trap, he overwhelms. He overwhelms the army. He does have enough. Boys are being pulled. GG gets called. And Trap, he will take the game and claim the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Trap, he will claim the series here. He will take down ByuN. Again, a very chaotic game, very messy, very, very messy, with proxies, with greed, with Banshee play, with aggression, with drop play as well, with even Dream Drops, with DTs, Dark Templar. It was very, very chaotic, very back and forth, of course. In the end, Trap was able to secure his 3rd base much faster, build up his economy, and also cripple the economy of ByuN. The Dark Templar were brutal, the Zealot harassed, the Stalker aggression as well, punishing ByuN. Again, Trap was forced into an uncomfortable early game, but Trap's response with was hyper aggression with that 3-gate setup. With those early 3 gateways, GG well played, and with that, Trap, he will claim the series, and Team Protoss, they take a lead. They do take a lead here. Take a lead in the series. And with that, we have 2 players left for Team Terran. 2 players remaining. We have Cure and Maru. Oh boy. 2 players left, and who's going to be sent out here? Who's up first? The team deliberating amongst themselves. So far for Team Terran, ByuN is out, INnoVation is out, Cure and Maru are all that remain for Terran. They're down to 2 players. Meanwhile, Team Protoss still have 3 players left, with Trap, with Hero, and Zaun still in the backline as well. And remember, Trap has that advantage of being a legendary player, so he only needs to win 1 game in these matches. Only 1. So here we go. Bam. So here, Trap versus TBD. Now, when it comes to Team Terran, they don't want to spend their best player too soon. Currently, of course, we have Maru and Cure, and they have to decide amongst themselves, who do we retain? Who do we save for later? Who do we save for, like, Hero, for example? Cure has some of the best TVP in the world. You can make an argument that Cure's TVP is better than Maru's, to be honest. You can make that argument. So, honestly, you don't get better than Cure and Maru. Like, they have the best Terran versus Protoss, like, in the world out there. It's like it's Cure, Maru, and Clem, the 3 of them, as the best Terrans when it comes to TVP. And you can kind of mix and match them depending on kind of like the style. And here we go. Maru is coming out next. Oh boy, we have our player here. Oh, sorry, I should also fix this up. There we go. 0-0. It is going to be Maru for Team Terran. Let's go. So we're holding on to Cure, which I do like. We're holding on to Cure. We want to save him for later. As we are loading into Rorschach. Now, when it comes to TVP, Maru, he's known for all-ins. He's known for all-ins, he's known for aggression. Maru, he's a very hyper-aggressive player in this matchup. So we expect these to be short games, 2-base all-ins, proxies, shenanigans. First things first, though, we do need that camera setup. So we're setting up the cam. Oh, and we have it. Okay. And the players are just setting up. Beautiful. And there we go. There we go. Marquis set up. He's got his onside jersey, of course. Repping onside. I think that might even be a new jersey. I didn't notice that badge earlier. Let's go. Trap, of course, sinking into his chair. Ah, no. It's fine. We're getting ready here for our next best of 2. As a reminder, this is a best of 2 because Trap is involved in this series. And game 1 is going to be on Rorschach. Ooh, interesting. Okay. This is a good map for Maru, for sure. It's going to be a good map for him. We'll get into it, of course. We'll get into it. Oh. So we have some banter. Bearing in mind these are ex-teammates as well. They lived together for a long time. Tribe is like, surely I don't win again, right? Surely. And Maru's like, why not? It's like, why not, Pappy? There we go. Here we go. We are going to be getting into our game. So again, just some banter between both players. Bantering. As, So again, we do have our lobby bug. Yeah. We'll get there. As I mentioned before, at the moment there is a lobby bug that's been plaguing the game since the latest patch, which can sometimes hinder custom games. Oh, third time's a charm? Ah. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. So the fix is to relog. So everyone's relogging. Everyone. Lovely. Hopefully when the next hotfix happens, they're able to patch the lobby bug. That'd be nice. I didn't get to go into it earlier just because we just jumped straight into the tournaments and straight into the match itself. But I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't had the hotfix yet. I was assuming that we would have one by now. But looks like we might be having it a little bit later on. Regarding bugs like this and also regarding some of the other proposed balance changes as well. But here we go. So far, it's been tradition that like the hotfix happens like the day before GSL CK. So that's been the case for GSL CK number 4 and day 1 of GSL CK 5 as well. Has been the case. But not for day 2. Not for day 2. Likewise, I hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. Bearing in mind that there's still a lot more StarCraft to go today. It's gonna be a long cast. We're 2 hours in, and we're still halfway through the first series. Bearing in mind that the Zerg team is still waiting. By the way, the Zerg team is still lying in wait, waiting for the winner of this match. So there's still gonna be another series after this. No shot. Really? Yeah, so this is also potentially going to be delaying some of the games as well. It's the lobby bug. Okay, fingers crossed. Can we get in? Por favor, papi. Really? I might just cut to a break. I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to load into the game. So we might try to switch servers if this stops working. It might be a Korean server issue, true. Alright, let's go. Nope. Alright, we're going to go into a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our next series. Whether we switch to another server, we'll see. We shall see. Again, do apologize, but again, there's just a lobby bug that's plaguing the game at the moment, and we're having a very hard time starting the game itself, so we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after, hopefully, this short break. Hopefully. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, I do apologize for that short break, but we returned. We returned here with our series with GSL CK number 5, day 2. We are halfway through Team Terran versus Team Protoss, and we are jumping on into our fresh best of 2 as spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rorschach. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing on side and repping Team Terran. It is Maru. Bam. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent going for, a very cheeky probe across the map. We have the legendary player himself, the legend for his team, for Team Protoss from South Korea. It is Trap. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into our best of 2, and Trap does open up with a proxy gate. Again, Maru, he's known for being hyper-aggressive. Welcome to Rorschach. Rorschach is the most aggressive map of the map pool. Very short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here, and we're going to be actually turning the tables a little bit as Trap is going to be the aggressor first. Oh boy. Maru, he also moves out with the SCV. Also does avoid the main scouting path. So both players are being cheeky in their own way, but Maru will at least have a Rax back at home. He'll have that Rax. We'll see if Maru intends to go for the eBay block. Looks like he does. Yeah, setting up for the block. SCV moves in. Starts up with the eBay. Little does Maru know there's no intention to expand here, as Trap is going for said proxy. The gateway is almost done. eBay will block a base that was never going to be here. We'll see how long it takes for Maru to realize what's going on to scouts. No, he doesn't go into the main. Ooh, he does not go in. Maru still has no idea. For all he knows, it could be a gateway, a cyber core, like a gate cyber setup instead. Maru, he needs to recheck the main. So far, he's playing blind. He's still blind as to what's going on. Zelt's on the way. SV now moves in. And Maru, he will now find that the gateway is missing.
Command center.
Yeah, Scout does confirm. Checks behind the gas geyser. Does confirm the cyber core is on the way. Gateway is nowhere to be found. Bunker instantly. Instant bunker here by Maru. Now realizing how much danger he's in. It's still a late scout and a late reaction. There's a cancellation on the eBay. Getting the refund. And now Maru's scouting. Going for the probe. Ooh, nice pylon. He will have high ground vision. So Trappy has high ground vision. 2 Zelts are moving in. A Stalker as well. Can we delay that bunker? No. I don't see that happening. Marine gets caught. Ooh. Okay, we canceled it. Yeah, true. Does cancel the pylon. Gets into the main. So we got in. Kills an SCV. Gets 1. Gets 2 SCV kills. Can we get 3? Can we get 4? Yeah, as the Stalker does waddle in as well. The Reaper's being thrown away from the bunker. Heavy losses here for Maru. Losing 7 SCVs. Looking at 8 SCVs and the factory's not done. And the Reaper does rotate around. Ooh, but the Reaper falls. Massive pickoff. Down to 1 Marine, a 0 Reaper. The Stalker will focus on the Marine, and this is too much. This is too much damage. 10 SCVs is insane. Oh my god. 10 SCV kills. Meanwhile, we do have a full wall off here. Thankfully, the add-on has begun. The Stalker does get surrounded, and on Maru, he will hold. He will hold on here, but that's still 11 workers falling alongside the Marines, alongside the Reaper as well. Back at home, thankfully, we do have a second eBay block, and Maru, he will delay the expansion. Otherwise, Trap, you can see he's banking resources. He has 500 minerals. Trap, he wants to expand, and he is late to do so. Meanwhile, Stalkers, they poke off the ramp. Oh. There we go, Stalker does pull away. Hopefully looking for an SCV kill, but there we go. Does retarget. Gets one. Gets one more SCV. Late retargeting out of Trap. He was focusing on expanding. Behind this again, the factory was so late, but the Widowmine will arrive, and we'll be able to set up to shut down the initial Stalker. Setting up on the high ground. We are setting up. Likewise, we have our Stargate open out of Trap. Interesting. Going Stargates into Oracle Harass into just more economic damage. Meanwhile, the SCV should confirm. It's going to be close. Maru, he does push further in, and Maru, he will scout the Stargates. So a nice scout by Maru. Ooh, my shot goes off, catching out the Stalker. But the Widowmine's going to be hunted down. We cannot save the mine. Once again, just chipping away here at the wall. And as that settles, where exactly are we? Well, thankfully, Maru, because he scouted the Stargates, he's going for the Cyclones, and he should be in position to defend against said Oracle. Should be. Likewise, CC is now on the way. Now, Maru, the thing that's hurting him the most here, he has to very fast start CC. Maru's far behind. Economically, I mean. Like, the worker count is so far behind for Maru that he has to be greedy or go for an all-in, and he's chosen to be greedy. Chosen to be greedy and to double down. Trap is still pushing in. I assumed Trap was going to go Oracle, but no, he's going Phoenix. Yeah, he's going for the Phoenix instead. Deeper taking a lot of hits. Boys are being pulled. I believe the Deeper should be saved. Yeah, this was a little bit wasteful here from Trap, losing the Adept. But he does deny mining. And everything does count here, every little bit. Especially when this is all the economy that Maru has. Phoenixes are coming. They can lift the Cyclone. They can lift the tank. Oh. Lock-on is broken, just barely. It's broken. Maru pulls away. Oh. Jesus. So we're going for the gold? Scouting. Okay. So third Nexus here. Trap is being active, making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Just making sure. Scout. Oh, no, he does it. Double expand. We don't need to do this. We do not need to be this greedy. Trap with the double Nexus. Okay. A little bit risky here from Trap. But he should get... Did Trap see the third CC? He did. Okay. He did scout the third base. Okay. So this makes more sense. I'll say this is quite risky based on what he has seen, but upon scouting the third command center, he knows that there's no push coming anytime soon. He knows there is no move out, there's no push. So Trappy just doubles down. Charge is now on the way. And is Trap gonna pull a rogue? Is Trap gonna all kill? Like, obviously we still have more matches ahead of us here, but this is another like big moment for Trap where he's ahead in this game. He's in a very strong position. Ooh, we do see Maru being cheeky here. Does expand to the hybrid location. So, he gets denied. Yeah, he's gonna be denied though. Trying to be cheeky. Fails to do so. Stim has just now begun. Now with 2 tanks, Maru can break out. Ooh, never mind. As we have a... so we can see that Trap, he's not trying to catch any units, but he is being cheeky here, trying to force field, trying to delay. Another force field, delaying for as long as possible. Maru, he just wants to expand, Pappy. He just wants to expand. Another force field. Oh, sentry goes down. The gold base is not saturated. We should be prioritizing, by the way. We should be prioritizing this gold to get the most out of it. So Trap, a little bit of a slip up. as he's going for a massive gateway explosion into charge, into Storm. So Trap is still building up, he's still getting there. There's the Maynard. Does Maynard over. And Maru's in a rough position. The best that Maru can hope for is that Trap, like, apes into him. What I mean by that is that there's no reason for Trap to attack. Trap should just chill and contain Maru in 2 bases and max out. Like, there's no reason to push into this. Meanwhile, Maru, the best fight he can hope for is to be able to fight defensively with defensive SimCity and with all these 4 pre-siege tanks. That's the best that Maru can hope for. Is that Trap moves into him. But so far, Trap is being patient, spreading out his units, going double forge, double upgrades, Robo's on the way for eventually the Bay, for eventually Colossus. And again, Trap just needs to calm down. Just calm down, tighten everything up. How many gateways are we on? So far, 10 gates. Because of the gold expansion, we can build up in towards like 15 plus. So we're getting into 80 workers. For now, at least just prioritizing all the tech. Just prioritizing all the tech here. Flaming gases. Throwing down static defense just in case. True. Phoenixes are on patrol to deny any kind of drop play. Storm is now halfway done. We can see the Robo and the War Prison, but there's no Bay yet, so there's no Colossus. Oh, and Maru tries to break out. Where's the patrolling Phoenixes? Trappy does spot the Medivacs. Late to react. Maru does break out, but this is risky, and here come the Phoenixes coming from behind. He wants his Medivacs. Oh. Does want the Medivacs. A little bit messy. Maru does pull back. I believe killing a Stalker, was it? Yeah, killed a Stalker. Pulls away. Trap taking more expansions. And this is one step further than I thought we were going to take here. It's double Stargate, Fleet Beacon into Skytoss. Again, this is very tech heavy. It's very, very expensive to do this. This is a risk that I don't think Trap needs to take, but he's taking it. And I mean, if he gets away with it, he gets away with it. But just the amount of greed that we're seeing out of Trap, considering that he's still up against Maru, is scaring me a little bit. Like, Maru, he still has one big 2-base all-in available to him. Takes down one of the High Templar. Again, Trap, he's choosing not to refine his ground army and choosing to rush to the skies. Which, if he's able to get away with it, he can pop off, but it is still risky. I'm feeling uneasy, but nice catch. Catching a Phoenix. Sorry, catching a Ghost with the Phoenixes. Again, the army supplies are comparable. Like, that's what scares me. The army supplies are still very comparable to each other. Obviously, Trap can remax and Maru less so, but in. They scouted the additional CCs. We are building up those Tempests. Okay, so Trap, he's getting away with it. He's now up to 3 Tempest. He has 4 High Templar. Maru, he now starts to break out, and this is it. This is Trap's moment. It's time. Tempests are revealed. It reveals the Tempest. Mine's just going off. Liberators are setting up. And Trap, he should fight for this expansion. Drags in the mine shots. Trap is moving in. Oh, army does stim. Where's the High Templar? Yeah, no Ghost. Yeah, no Templar, no Storm. Army does rush forward. Storm does zone. Again, so far, Maru, he's fighting well. Dragging the army into the mine. Oof, another mine shot connects. Tempest are low. Maru's maxed. Maru does have the larger army. And again, if we rush into Tempest like this, we have to get value with this. Like, we have to like pick away at the army. Just pick away at the units. Like this. Get a Marine, pull back. Get a Ghost, pull back. If we're not acting with the Tempest, it's not worth it. As they're slowly getting value. As I say that, Tempests are getting low. One Tempest goes down. Army does try to rush in. Marines, they stim well. Oh my god, massive storm! Like, again, it's not really the Tempests are doing well here. We need more splash damage, and the fact that we're not going Colossus or Disruptor, like, it's still very tense. As Trap is down to one Phoenix. Nice snipe. And Trap doubling down here, making more Tempest. Throwing down cannons and shield batteries. We can soon hit critical mass of Tempest, which is a point where we can just move in and one-shot whatever we want. As Tempest, they are gaining value. I think only one Tempest have gone down so far. And catching a medevac. They're going down one at a time. Now going for the Liberator. Doesn't quite one-shot them, but still nice pickups. At the same time, Maru comes over behind. Get a nice EMP. EMP lands, no storm. Templar, they need to respond. Yeah, they do need to respond here. As Maru does him in, takes down the Tempest. But again, these are losses that Maru can't afford. He got the storms. Oh my god. Yeah, storm grazing the army. There's only 4 High Templar. EMP lands, but there aren't many Marines. So does get a Tempest. At the same time, the army does him forward. Like, Maru, he's trading well for himself as best he can. Once again, we need more storms. We need more splash damage. Yeah, the High Templar, they're fresh High Templar. No storms available. Messy fight here from Trap. But the Tempest, they still trade well. It's still okay. Yeah, Tempest, they maintain the position. They keep moving in. Oh, now the EMP lands. Slaps down the Tempest. Oh, the mine shots. Oh my god. Yeah, massive mine shots popping off. And Maru, he backstabs. Yeah, he ignores the army, goes to the backstab instead. I do like this out of Maru. Trap's army is very immobile. It's very immobile, but Trappy just moves in. Yeah, Trappy commits in. He's pushing into the third base. SCVs are going down. He's going for the kill. Maru, he comes over behind. Does try to clutch a Colossus. Gets one. Where are the storms? No storm. Yeah, 0 storm. That's the only Templar. But it may not matter. Yeah, the Tempest, it looks like they will still reign supreme. GG gets called, and Trap, he will take game number 1 and knock Maru out. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Trap, he will knock Maru out here, and suddenly Team Terran, they're down to 1 player, winding it back. Again, it was hyper aggression from Trap. Trap, he was able to pull off the proxy, able to cripple Maru early on. Maru, he was so down in economy, and Maru had to make a choice. It was one of two: either all in or be hyper greedy. Chose to be greedy. He chose to go for the fast 3rd CC, double expand. He went for the double expand, but Maru, he never got to take a 3rd base, really. He never really got to establish his 3rd economy. He was just stuck on 2 bases for so long. I was uneasy about how greedy tech-wise Trap was being. Instead of like securing his ground army and maxing out, he did decide to take up into Tempest, and it did allow for some shaky and some back and forth engagements. Maru, he was trading well for himself. He was catching Tempest, but he couldn't afford his losses. He was losing medevacs, losing Marines, losing Ghosts. Every loss there was brutal because Maru was stuck on a 2-base economy. He had a 3rd base, but by the time he took his 3rd, his main was mining out as well. So it was just a really, really rough position there for Maru from the beginning. And with that, there's 1 player left for Team Liquid. 1 player remaining. Oh boy, it is going to be the final player for Team Terran. It is going to be Trap versus Cure. Oh boy. And so last week, Rogue all killed the entire Korean scene in regards to Terran and Protoss. Trap, can he all kill Team Terran? Remember, Classic was fielded earlier, and Classic did go down earlier in the broadcast, but Trap has been popping off. He has been popping off. He's been doing well. Let's go. Again, the final Terran, Cure. But here we go. And again, Cure, he has some of the best TVP in the world, for sure. So Cure, he is a strong player in his own right, 100%. The issue here, of course, is that Cure has to work through almost the entire Protoss team. He has to work through Trap. He has to also work through Zaun and Hero. Remember, there's still Zaun and Hero in the back line. They're still being held onto. There's still more matches to come. Or more Protoss players left. True. So it is looking a little bit bleak here for Team Terran, but not an impossible task, right? Like, if anyone can bring down Zaun, Hero, and Trap, it's going to be Cure. Bearing in mind that he was our most recent GSL finalist alongside Hero. But the pressure is on. So we are still setting up and getting ready. We might go on a short break here as we're just trying to get our camera going. Oh, there we go. Just need to get the camera going and just setting up. We are just going to be setting up. Oh, hold on. Where's my translation? Where is my Google Translate? Okay, nothing crazy. Curie's just asking for a moment while he sets up his camera. Just needs un momento. Meanwhile, Hero and Zaun just resting, just watching the games, enjoying themselves. Classic smudging a little bit of smudge. It's fine. You know, he'll be able to rest up for the next series, potentially. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. All right, let's go. Cure, he's saying that, like, everyone was saying that Trap is gonna all kill. What do I do? No. I just realized it's all Jin Air boys. True. Cure, he was also on Jin Air back then as well. Maru, Cure, Trap. There you go. We have our camera set up. You can see they're bantering. Getting ready. And yeah, it's crazy. Like, Trap, he's been gone for a long time. He's been retired for years, and for him to return and to potentially even bring down all the Korean Terrans, that's, oh god, it's crazy. It's crazy. We'll see if he can. I mean, these have been aggressive games, to be fair. Like, they've been very chaotic, very aggressive. We've been seeing a lot of proxies, a lot of reinforcement points, of course, referring to the game on Rainfall, referring to the game on Rorschach. And as we try to emphasize, like, aggression is favored on those maps, so there's, like, context to how these games have been unfolding, of course. There has been some context as to the aggressive nature of these past two games, at least. But now we're loading into Sanctuary 3. This is a much larger map of the map pool, known for more mid-game play. Again, I do want to say that this is more ideal for Cure, to get a little bit more breathing room early on to be able to get into a more robust mid-game. We'll see if he can get there. And we will see. Bearing in mind once again that Trap only needs to win one game. Only one. Here we go. We're just getting the lobby ready. Hopefully no lobby bug this time. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. It's already delayed us long enough. But we have a map, we have our players, we have our casters as well. Again, big shout out to ByuN. ByuN is also casting in Korean. Inu casting in Korean. We have Rex, we have ourselves. Let's go. As we are loading it. And again, I hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. It's been a very intense period of StarCraft. Last weekend we had Home Story Cup. The RSL group stage is upon us and did just begin, I want to say last weekend as well, or this past weekend. RSL, Home Story Cup, Maestros of course, with GSL CKs, and all of course, all of our open tournaments as well. But here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid and Team Terran, the final Terran player left for his team. Can he stop the all-kill from happening? It is Cure. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the legendary player himself for Team Protoss. One game away from all killing, which is crazy. It is Track. Let's go. Let us go as we're getting into our potentially final series. We're on match point. We're on match point at this point. Trap needs one more win to claim the series for himself and for his team. And meanwhile, Cure, he has to fight back. Cure now to pull off the reverse all kill. Almost a reverse all kill. Bearing in mind that INnoVation already did win a game previously. True. Did take down Classic. And again, ByuN was able to make Trap bleed as well, but because of the format, Trap only needs one win. Even with ByuN winning a game, it was not good enough. He had the 2-0. Same here. Cure needs the 2-0. So now we are going to be opening up single gas opener, racks expand, economic start out of Cure. Does make sense as well. Come on and all tilt Sanctuary 3. Sanctuary 3 is a bit of a larger map, more macro or mid-game oriented. There is a ramp coming into the natural, so your defensive setup here on two bases is very strong. Very, very strong defensive setup here on your initial two bases. We do have our third expansion as well, which again is on the high ground. There is more of a choke point here, more medium-sized entrance coming into the expansion. We do have this area on the low ground that can be abused to wedge yourself in between the bases, but there are a lot of features that can slow down and hinder aggressive moves. We do have our slow zones, massive slow zones here in the center of the map. It's not just slow zones, but also tall grass to hinder vision, and also a choke point as well. Like it's everything: slow zone, choke point, and tall grass. On top of that, there are destructible towers. These rocks can be knocked down to fully wall this area off as well. So there are ways to engage an aggressive army or to slow down an aggressive army as well, to try to get into the mid game and a longer game states. Again, we were emphasizing it earlier, but the last two games we had on Rorschach and on Rainfall were hyper aggressive, and that's just part of the map itself. Here we can slow things down a little bit more, and this is where Cure can get a little bit more comfortable potentially. We'll see. As the game should slow down, and we should be embracing a much more back and forth mid game. For now, it's going to be a Twilight Council opener at a trap. Opening up most likely Blink, and we're expecting 2 gates. We're expecting a 2-gate opener into a third. Those are our expectations. When it comes to mid-game TVP, I mean, we've already seen it previously, but it hasn't really changed too much. You can make the argument that the Zealot aggression is a little bit stronger in regards to proxy pylons. Like, it's a little more common to set up proxy pylons and to warp in and harass across the map, and that is still a very prevalent force and prevalent part of TVP, with Prism warp-ins, Prism harass, and pylon gateway warp-ins as well. Likewise, the dynamic of Protoss players gaining map control and mass expanding is still very much so with there as well. There was some speculation that maybe the cost of warping in warp gates would deter that. The answer is no. It's cheap enough where Protoss players, they still get into that mass economy, mass gateway style. It can still overwhelm the Terran player. I would say that Terran all-ins is still very prevalent in the TVP meta. Terran aggression, Terran all-ins, but this map kind of favors longer games instead, so this is where we should be expecting more mid to late game. for now. 1-1-1 out of Cure. We have our 1-1-1 setup. Behind this, second gateway, Robo's on the way, and Trap should soon be expanding. If he throws down extra gateways, we will take note of that. We'll take note. Station pokes in, confirms the 1-1-1, but I believe barely did miss the drop. And my drop is moving out. Does sit by, does sit past. And we'll see how quickly Trap reacts, bearing in mind that he doesn't have the foresight of knowing that this is coming ahead of time. He's not fully aware. Kira does boost in, and there are 4 Stalkers ready. Wow, they're in the main, they will deflect, and with that Trap holds. Trap holds, he defends. Behind this we have our 3-1-1 setup, we have ByuN, tank production, Raven as well, very standard follow-up here by Cure. Again, as we mentioned, like mid-game TVP has not changed. You could definitely make an argument that the strength of the Wind Mine has been increased. That is true, just because mine shots are going off a little bit faster. Which does make it a little bit harder to drag shots, for example, or to split. But not impossible, it just means you have less time to react. Meanwhile, Blink is not done. Trap poking forward. Tank is in position, and Trap should not blink into the main. He can maybe try to blink on the top side and maybe pick off a depot. Outside of that, Secure should be secure. Likewise, Raven harass across the map, making its way into the bases. Wood Mines, they were also left at the third. There's still the medevac outside of the main. So Raven pokes in. We'll find potentially 1 probe. Ooh, gets 1. 1 probe goes down. Medevac was activated for a moment, but does not boost in. As again, Curie stuck on 2 bases until he does finish Stim. Just waiting for Stim, combat shields, the rest of the Bio army. Then Curie can start to break out. And it's going to be on Trap to spot the push and to slow it down. As Trap is working towards Colossi. Colossus are amassing. The medevac drop is going to pull back home. Trap, he will spot the move out. Does spot the army. And ideally, Trap needs to engage ahead of time. Trap, he's trying to, but again, he was ready for a drop play. Army's pushing through. Cure getting past halfway mark. He gets past the choke point. And gets through the slow zone. Trap is in trouble. Yeah, Trap is in trouble. He's pulling back. He does have 1 Colossus to defend. Tank can we siege up in time. And Raven harass into the mineral line. Colossus is ready. Ooh, Observer gets caught. Floating within range of the scan. I'm loving the bait. Base out one of the mines. But there's still 2 left. And Cure is reinforcing. Going for his own double drop as well behind this. Looks like he doesn't feel confident pushing into the army, especially against all these sentries. So he rotates over. Cure rotates. Raven harass continues. Catching out 4 probes. Very nice. That 1 Raven. Damn. Catching out 4 more workers at the same time. Double drop into the main. We can see Trap is somewhat in position, but only with 3 Stalkers. Yeah, only 3 Stalkers. That's not going to be enough. Pylon goes down. We need a defensive warp-in. Warp-ins, they do begin, but the robot, the Bay is going to fall, actually. Nice pickup. Bay does fall. Curry pulls back with the main army. Trap trying to catch him out. Can he force field? Can he lock him in? Can he lock him? Yeah, Colossus, they catch the Bio army. So many Marines go down. The tank does get lifted, but oh, so much goes down, and we'll get a full medevac. Oh my god, both medevacs go down. Heavy losses for Cure. Curie gets caught with his pants down. The drop in the main base is getting damage done, but the main army's coming, and now there's nothing left to defend. Is this how it ends? Is this how it ends? We're trying to pull the boys. A bunker breaks, so the bunker has fallen. Boys are coming in. There's 2 Colossus. Oh my god, massive swipes on the SCVs. Every worker's going down. 17 SCV kills. And Trap, he's doing it. Este Trap. Ay. He's been retired. He's been retired for years, Papi, but he is back. He's returned. He's back as a Papi as well. For those who do not know, that's why he retired initially, is that he does have a... He is now a father. But you know what? He's back showing us how it's done. I mean, the Dark, he showed it first. True. Like, But Bappy himself, yeah, breaks the natural at the same time, drop back into the main base. We see Curie does have a massive Vikings. The Vikings will break through the Colossus. Prism goes down, and Cure, he is barely holding on here. He will clean up all the Colossi. One Colossus left. And Cure's holding. Cure's holding on, but again, he lost 12 SCVs in the process. Chasing back the Colossus. The drop, I believe, was finally dealt with. There's still 2 Widow Mines inside of the main. And still inside the main base. And Cure, he's down to 23 SCVs. Do we have a third CC? There is. Okay, there is a third command center. So extra mules, extra worker production here. It's still a rough position, though. Things are still looking dire for Cure. Oh, Widow Mines are waddling in. They're waddling into the mineral line. Okay, we'll get a couple of probes so far. 1 probe going down. We'll get 3. 3 probe kills. Trap being distracted. Back at home. Trap is now working on his second forge. Do we have a backup bay? No. Fun fact, this entire time, ever since that bay was sniped, there's been no additional Colossus production. That's the only reason why there's no additional Colossi here. There's just one, as the bay was never rebuilt. That's crazy. Do you have Storm? No Storm. No Storm, no bay. Just 1 Colossus. Trap, we got to recognize that soon. I mean, Trap still has the advantage, and I mean, he can maybe pull this off with a massive gateway army anyway, but that is definitely a hole here in the composition that Trap is constructing. Is the fact there's only 1 unit that'll splash damage here. I mean, sure, we have Archons, but that didn't count. Observing its quartz. Third base not being taken. Cure trying to recover. Claiming his third. He's claiming his third base. There it is. Now he notices. I was thinking, no, cancel? Wait, what? Hold on. I was going to say that I don't think it was intentional. He does start the bay. He cancels the base, starts an Immortal instead. I mean, there are 7 Vikings, I suppose, but you do want to still have the option to make Colossus once you reset the Viking count. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I mean, as I mentioned, like, we have a sea of zealots here. Like, it might not matter. It might not matter that we don't have any more Colossus or splash damage. Like, just with a pure gateway composition, this might be enough. There we go. Storm has not begun. Again, like, it just might not matter. Trap might just be too far ahead. As here comes Trap. He's got 26, 30 zealots. That's a lot of zealots. We'll take 1 wide shot to the face. Trap commits in. And he does commit in here. Zealots peel off towards the right hand side. A nice anti-armor missile here on the main army. Does shred the armor. Zealots are being cleaned up. And Cure so far is holding. Looks like Trap wants to wait out the armor shred. Waiting it out. Yeah, now he starts the bay. This is messy. Now he starts the bay. He's like, you know what? Actually, splash damage should be good. Oh. Yeah, Shabby does move in. Yeah, chasing down the Vikings. Colossus gets caught in the gas geyser. That's a little bit scary. There we go. Does move in. Colossus does push forward. Vikings will bring it down. The gateway, the ground army is going to be falling though. So does the economy. 26 SCV kills. And again, Cure cannot hold. GG gets called, and Trap, he will take down Cure, and Trap will all kill Team Terran. GG. Look at him go. GG, well played with that. Congratulations here to Trap. He will claim the match, and he will claim the series. Again, Trap, he took down Cure, took down Maru, took down ByuN, and took down INnoVation as well. GG. GG, well played. Trap, he will claim the match, he will claim the series. And with that, Protoss will advance on into the finals. Terran are out of GSL CK number 5. GG. GG, well played. Again, there was some back and forth, of course. INnoVation was the only Terran player that won his series, and technically ByuN did take maps off of Trap as well. So did INnoVation. Like ByuN took a map off of Trap, INnoVation took a map off of Trap as well. Like there was some back and forth here, but because of the format, Trap only needs one win to claim the series. That's all he needed, and he got it against both Maru and Cure. I would favor Cure and Maru in a best of 3. But these weren't best of 3s. They were not best of 3s. For now, we're going to be going on a break. Going to be going on a break here as Team Zerg are getting ready. Again, it's going to be Zerg versus Protoss. Now, last week in GSL CK number 5, day 1, Rogue, he all killed the entire Korean scene of Protoss and Terran. Do we field Rogue first again, or do we let someone else play? I want to see Armani. Like, Armani has not played yet at all. he has not been able to play StarCraft despite returning for this event. So I would want to see some Armani at some point. I'm a big Armani fan, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, we're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we'll have the grand finals, Zerg versus Protoss, GSL CK5 Race Wars. We'll see you soon after the break.